All right, welcome back to the second match. Whoa, second match of this semi-final day. First match went like that, and now we're in the second match, and that's it. After this, it's done. Hopefully, this match is a little bit more competitive because semi-final day. It's supposed to be epic. They just done a lovely ceremony for Caroline Garcia, who retired. And I don't think last year got a ceremony. I think she announced her retirement, but she didn't get the whole ceremony. So they just did a little bit of a nice ceremony for her, for one of France's best players over the last decade. She won the WTA Finals, the Caroline Garcia. So now, Shnaider taking on Chwalinska is about to start. And the winner's going to play Andreeva. Mirra Andreeva into the final of a slam, and she just chopped up Kostyuk. That was not even, unfortunately, was not even that competitive. Even when it felt like the start of the match was close, the middle of the second set was close. That was it. That was it. So let's see which one of these ladies gets into a final. And how we doing, chat? I was shocked that Sabalenka lost. What happened actually? Upset of the tournament happened. That's what happened. Upset of the tournament. Very nice, Garcia. Well deserved. Yeah, exactly. It's a shame that she didn't get this treatment last year because there was so much going on last year. A lot of players decided to retire last year. But she got her nice retirement party just then. Who do I have? I have Chwalinska to win. I'm sick. I'm stopped picking the favorites. I'm picking the underdogs from now on because I don't know. They just seem. It feels like every match is 50-50, so I'm going to pick the underdogs. Maybe I'll be right. All right. Shnaider versus Andreeva will be a friend final, and Chwalinska taking on Andreeva will be so much pressure on Andreeva. Andreeva would rather play Shnaider, for sure, right? Much rather play. Much rather play Shnaider. Both lefties, so guaranteed to play a lefty in the final is Andreeva. We might have another Raducanu story. That'd be epic. That would be so fun. That would be so much fun. I thought I'd give you the extra sleep so you can go to the thrift. Yeah, I need to go to thrift. I need to go to thrift tomorrow. Birmingham schedule's not out yet, is it, Dutchy? Because that's going to be a juggle. I'm pretty sure Eala's going to play second tomorrow, which is probably going to clash with Zverev, but I'm sure nobody will have a problem with that. 1 second, chat. All right, here we go. Wozniacki did not have a big serve. Okay, cool. I don't know what she has to do with anything, but okay. Parlay Andreeva Shnaider win. Okay. By the way, chat, we've got 5 matches left. That's it. 5 more matches. And then that's it. Roland Garros over. And we can all go on holiday for 24 hours and then we can come back. Because we have grass season. We have no holidays. I was just kidding. No holidays. Straight back into it. Grass season starts on Monday. Technically, it's starting right now, but it's starting on Monday. So there's no going away. Sorry. After Wimbledon, that's the holiday. Good. After Wimbledon, we'll go away. I'll go away. You can, I don't know, you can do whatever you want. Holidays in December, that's it. This is an 11-month-a-year job, right? Tennis, being a tennis fan is 11-month-a-year commitment. If you want to be a true crazy psycho fan like me, 11 months. 11 months. First time in a while, we get a first-time champion on the men's and women's side. Yep. That is correct. First time in a long time. Well, the first time since 2021, we're going to have two different, well, what do you call it? Two new champions on both sides. But in 2021, it wasn't the semifinals or the quarterfinal stage that we knew we were going to get a new champion, because we had Medvedev and Djokovic play the final. So it was like the last second that we knew, oh shit, Djokovic is going to lose. Now we get a new champion. We didn't know it. This is the first time forever that we've had, like, on men and women's side, that we've waited for, we know that there's going to be a new champion like a week in advance. Or at least a couple of days, because 5 days in advance, right? When Sabalenka lost, that was it. Can you please say Maja Yazda? There you go, Maja Yazda. I like to see Chwalinska win, yeah. Well, the roof is shut, so the conditions won't help Chwalinska like they did against Kalinskaya. And also, Shnaider being a lefty as well she's not going to have the advantage of having those lefty shots be awkward to a right-hander. So a lot of what Chwalinska does might not actually work against Shnaider. Also, Shnaider likes to rally, so it's not like, Schneider's going to be trying to overhit or out-hit Chwalinska. She's going to sit there and rally. So this could be a bit of a grindy match, which is fine, because the first match was over in 2 seconds. Weird, last year we had 1 and 2 on both sides in the final. This year, completely new players. I know, right? 12 months ago, it was the best 2 players on the planet in the finals. This time around, we're getting all new people in the going for the slam. It's crazy. Chwalinska final will be great. Sorry? Yep. Mirra will be the heavy favorite in the final. Yeah. Andreeva the favorite for sure. It doesn't matter who wins this. Obviously, she'll be slightly less favorite if she's taken on her friend, but still, favorite for the final. I mean, yeah. She will be the favorite for the final. And the way she beat Kostyuk today, that will make it even more of a favorite. Actually, they both played good in the wind, but Schneider's shots are stronger, so she can be more aggressive indoors, yeah. Well, Shnaider didn't play great in the first set in the wind, right? Second set after the lead Sabalenka had, she got it together, but yeah. All right, players are about to arrive. Here we go. Who will be tough for Mirra in the finals? To be honest, I think they're both going to be tough for Mirra in the finals in their own way. Also, again, I don't think we should, even though she looked great today, Andreeva mentally, like she didn't show any signs of frustration or anything. Grand Slam final is going to be a hell of a lot of pressure. And remember, when she won the Indian Wells title, she did play Sabalenka and was the underdog. So being the heavy favorite in the final, playing a friend's never easy. Playing against somebody who's as crafty as Chwalinska, it's going to be a tricky final for Andreeva. She's going to have to be very, very patient either way in either of these matches. Mirra and Shnaider are doubles partners. Yep. Didn't they just get back together in doubles this year? Maybe. They're doing a big intro. Now tomorrow, we've got Zverev Menchik first, and then we've got the second semi at night between Caboli and Analdi. So kind of a crappy schedule, but They're kind of trying to cash in on that night session one more time. So, so that's happening. By the way, chat, we're almost at 301k subs, so thank you for that. I feel like we literally just got to 300, so appreciate everybody who's joining still, who continues to join. All right, ball kids walking out with the tennis balls. Early night for you. I don't like it to be an early night because, to be honest, like, oh, actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna watch the Rafa thing. Yes, I'm gonna watch the Rafa doc after this because I'm not gonna go to sleep. There's no way I'm gonna go to bed at like 3 a.m. I've been going to bed at like 8, 9 a.m. So I'm not gonna be able to go to bed at 3 a.m. I'll probably wake up at 7 and not be able to sleep and then ruin my life. So yeah, I'm gonna stay up so I can just keep the schedule, but I can watch the Rafa doc. Woo! After I make videos for the finals. Woo! Do I work other than stream? Nope. I'm unemployed. I have no job. My job is to be ready for this stream. To be prepared. The bakery and the thrift. I think the bakery's open on Saturday. Oh, it's Friday. My bakery opens late. It opens at... Oh, does the bakery open at 6 or 7? I don't know. No, I'm not going to go to the bakery. You're in the same boat. Hey, shout out to the unemployed in the chat. Here we go. Here come the players. Both super nervous. Neither have been in the semis of a slam. Shnaider is the favorite. So maybe more nerves for her. Maybe. But let's see. Let's see. Chwalinska has her legs taped up. She had them taped up yesterday as well when she took out Kalinskaya. But here we go. All right. Bye, chat. Where are you watching from? I haven't asked that. I didn't get to ask that in the last stream because it was over so quickly. Where are we watching from? Where are we watching from? I'm in Australia. It's 1 in the morning. Where are we watching from? Melbourne. Hey, shout out to Melbourne. We got Singapore, France, San Diego, Chicago, Wisconsin, UK, Kenya, Michigan, Ireland, New Zealand, Scotland, South Africa, Munich, Portugal, Texas, India, Tokyo, Philippines. We got Seattle, New York, Columbus, Bangladesh. We've got New York, upstate New York. We've got Tasmania, Netherlands, Indonesia, Pennsylvania, Manila, Ivory Coast, Essex, Canada, Nepal, Spain. As Chwalinska comes out on court first. We've got Florida in the house. Cambodia, New Delhi, Denmark, Russia. Where else are we from? Have we covered every country yet? Almost. Almost. Where are the South Americans? Where are the South Americans at? Where are the Brazilians at? Thailand. We got Poland, Mexico, St. Vincent and Grenadines. There you go. You might be the only person in the stream that's from there. I'm gonna I think it's safe to say, unless you have a friend that you invited to the stream. We got Milan. We got Portland. Colombia. There we go. Vancouver Island. Warrialic. That's very specific. Brisbane. California. Peru. There we go. South America represent in the chat. Roof is shut, by the way. We will be playing indoors. Los Angeles, Detroit, Abu Dhabi. All right. But here we go. Chwalinska and Shnaider. Under the roof. Under the roof. And Shnaider played... Well, they both played outside. Neither of them played under the roof. So I don't think anyone... I don't know who's going to be the favorite of the roof. Who do I have? I've got Chwalinska to win. I'm going the upset. I am going the upset. All right. Here we go. They're going to start warming up. And we're going to start playing tennis. Shnaider puts on the bandana. We're ready to go. By the way, chat, we've got 1,600 people in the house. By the way, I want to thank everybody while we have a chance. Thank everybody for showing up every single day. I know some of you have been here from the start. How many of you have been here every day? One in the chat if you've been here every day of the stream, every day of the slam. Two in the chat if you've been here most of the time. Because I know some of you have been here all tournament. And that's why I go live every single day for 12, 13 hours a day to keep you covered with what's going on. You might be going at work. You might be doing chores. You might be studying. You can't watch tennis, right? Not at work. You get fired. Maybe, unless your boss is cool. And that's what we're here for. We're here to keep you up to date. You want to keep up to date? You can come hang out. Be like, on your lunch break, what's going on? Go get a coffee. Wait, what's going on? What's been happening? Why did Sabalenka lose, right? Jump in, jump out. Now, a lot of you have been here for the whole time. That's crazy. And I appreciate it. We've had, by the way, massive turnout considering that we've lost so many good players and we didn't even have Alcaraz here. Yet there's still so many people still showing up. Even if some of the favorites are gone. Like we lost Raducanu early. We lost Gauff early. Swiatek lost pretty early. Yet still people are still here. Which is credit to all of you guys for actually, keeping up to date with what's going on with the rest of the tennis. Because you know how important these matches are in the general landscape of sport. So I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around. No more coffee break. I've had 3 cups already. It's bouncing off the wall. Really appreciate you keeping us up to date to the minute. No worries. Hey, like I keep saying, if you guys keep showing up, I'll keep showing up. As long as you want me here, I'll be here. We'll keep doing it. We'll keep watching as much. We've got Wimbledon the same. I think we've watched actually, let me check. I think we've done 150 hours or something. Let me have a look. Some crazy, stupid number. I think we'll be watching about 60 matches by the end of this tournament. Something crazy. Let me have a look. When did we start? We started on that day. Yeah, 130. We're up to 135 hours for the entire tournament of streaming. And some of those days, most of those days were 12 and a half, 11, 14 hours in the middle of the tournament, 13 hours. Some of those 13 hours straight. The other day were 13 hours, 12 hours, 11 hours. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around for those times because it's a long time to be watching or keeping up to date with tennis as well. Some of you go to bed and then you wake up and we're still alive. Some of you go to work and go home and we're still alive. You listen to us on the train to work, you listen on the train back from work, and then you have dinner and we're still alive. All right, players are warming up. Last couple of shots, and we will start this match. Would you stream any other sports? Nah. I leave the other sports to the experts. Leave the other sports to the other... there's plenty of channels out there that do other sports that I could recommend to you. Some great channels out there for MMA. Got the MMA holds if you want to watch anything related to combat sports. Sports Fury do a great job for NBA and stuff. If you watch NBA finals, they're doing stuff right now. Hopefully I'll be able to check out their streams this week. Mark Goldbridge is great for the football, but everybody knows if you know football or soccer, you'll know that already. I don't need to tell you that. Linda,
absolutely thrilled for Andreeva. What a win!
Yeah, what a win! She did so easily too. Yep, 2 lefties. So let's see how this one plays out. The advantage of being left-handed is null. By the way, sometimes for lefties, it's hard to play lefties. Because remember, just like it is for a right-hander, you play right-handers 90% of the time. Lefties also play right-handers most of the time. And then when they play someone else who's a lefty, sometimes it doesn't work, right? Let me have a look at what their records against lefties are, because it is rare that they'll play somebody that's also left-handed, and then they got to, their strategies are not the same, or at least their advantages are not the same. So Schneider's 19 wins, 14 losses against lefties. She has won her last 3 matches against left-handers, 2 against Fernandez in that as well. And Chwalinska is 31-12 against lefties. Ooh, okay. She hasn't lost a match against a lefty since the last year. She's won 5 matches this year against lefties. Ooh, interesting. All right, here we go. I've got Chwalinska in 3 because it's one of those matches where you just go, you know what, I'm just going to go for the underdog. Why not? Pick the opposite. Who you got, chat? Who you got? Chwalinska to serve. Chwalinska to serve. Money.
You watching World Cup?
Yeah, I will. I'll be watching some of the World Cup. Thank you for the 2. As Chwalinska serves a fault. Second serve. As a return. Goes into the forehand, or in the backhand, because they're left-handed. Backhand of Schneider into the forehand of Chwalinska. Who's going to forehand for Schneider, goes wide. And Chwalinska gets the first point of the semi. 15 love. Also, chat, we're almost at 300 likes as well. See if we can get to 500. All right, 15 love. As a return goes into the forehand of Chwalinska. Up the line in the net from Chwalinska. I feel like I've been doing all right with the pronunciation. 15-all. It's definitely not the easiest name to say for an Australian. 15-all. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. All right. Schneider's got a little chance here to get an early lead. Definitely a nervous start for both. I mean, this is a semi-final of a Grand Slam. It'd be crazy not to be nervous. 15-30. Serve out wide the point of Schneider. Point now from Chwalinska up the line to the backhand of Schneider. Is Chwalinska backhand into the Schneider backhand as they go backhand to backhand, and now Schneider with a forehand in the nets. 30-all. Few areas to start this one. 30-all. 30-all. As we just serve again. As the return goes into the backhand of Chwalinska. Backhand out from Schneider. Into the forehand of Chwalinska. Schneider. Forehand again. Into the backhand slice of Chwalinska. Schneider with a slice of forehand. And now we go slice to slice with the backhand. Forehand slice from Chwalinska goes into the backhand of Schneider. Backhand to backhand now. Top spin as Schneider hits the winner. No, she missed. She went for a backhand up the line and it faded. And Chwalinska gets 40-30. This is going to be one of those matches. There's going to be a lot of slice and dice, a lot of craftiness. It's going to be a clay quarters match, this one. Drop shots, volleys. We're going to have all the shots in this one. 40-30. Chwalinska to serve. Into the backhand of Shnaider. Return goes the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand is a bit of a moon ball. Chwalinska with a forehand moon ball back. Goes long and it's deuce. Yeah, they both can slice. We're going to get a lot of slice rallies. A lot of slice and dice. All right, deuce. Jaw's going to be aching after this match. Yeah, a lot of new names we've had to learn this week. And there's a bit of fault second serve. Chwalinska's to serve again. Serve goes to the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska to go to the forehand of Shnaider again as we get a backhand from the pole into the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska goes up the line with the forehand of the backhand of Shnaider. The backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider with the forehand inside out. Goes long and it's advantage. Chwalinska. I think I'm doing all right though. It's hard to say quick. That's where I struggle. Because I speak very fast. If you haven't noticed, I speak very fast. Hot take, Maja already started. She wouldn't be here without the wind. Ooh, okay, that's not good. Well, the roof's shut, so the wind is not a factor. All right, advantage Chwalinska. Serving the back, into the forehand of Shnaider. Left-handed. Backhand, forehand again. Left-handed. Into the backhand of Shnaider now. Backhand now from Chwalinska to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska with a slice up the line. Shnaider with a forehand on the stretch. Drop shot from Chwalinska. And then Shnaider comes in and puts it away. All right, back to deuce. We're going to have a long match here. It's going to be a long one. We get the deuce. Settle in, chat. Or at work, whatever you're doing. Just prepare. We might be here for a few hours. Hopefully. Schneider's quick. Chwalinska, that wasn't a bad drop shot. It was just Shnaider is just too quick. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Shnaider, but Shnaider overhits it. She tried to attack the second. And it's advantage Chwalinska. To take the lead. Winner plays Andreeva. I'm sure Shnaider and Andreeva have played before. As we return now from Shnaider into the forehand of Chwalinska. Shnaider with the forehand into the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand again as Chwalinska goes with a slice. Deep into the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska with the forehand of the stretch. Shnaider backhand cross. Goes long. One love. Chwalinska holds. All right. First game, 7 minutes. We're going to be here for a while. By the way, chat, we got to get to 301k. We can get there. I reckon we can get there by the end of the tournament. 7.0 for the forehand for Shnaider. She also leads the backhand, the forehand, sorry, the serve, forehand, backhand, and return. Chwalinska, though, has the movement. She has better movement than Shnaider. So she's going to have to really slice and dice. Confirmed, it's raining. Roof is shut. Have I ever been to Poland? I have. I went to Poland for a weekend. I just went to Warsaw and Snow everywhere. It was cold. It was in like February. And was it February? I mean January. Either way, it was snow and cold, and it was epic though. I was only there for like from a Friday and came back on a Sunday, but it was really fun. The buildings are just crazy. That big, I keep forgetting what that big building is. That big building in the middle of Warsaw, that's like that iconic, like a big box. That building's crazy cool. As with a forehand slice, a forehand on the stretch from Chwalinska goes long, and it's 15-love. All right, 15-love. As Chwalinska serves again. So Shnaider served again. Chwalinska gets it back. Shnaider forehand inside out winner. Now Chwalinska does have taped up legs, so we'll see whether or not Shnaider makes a move, if that makes any difference. What's the building called? Palak Kulturi? Is that what it's called? The Palace of Culture and Science. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that building. That building looks crazy. 30-love. As a backhand return. Goes into the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska goes up the line at the back of the forehand of Shnaider. Into the forehand of Chwalinska as we get a backhand slice now from Shnaider. Chwalinska goes up the line with a forehand into the forehand of Shnaider. As Chwalinska gets a forehand again up the line. Shnaider gets it back with the backhand. Chwalinska goes up the line again with the backhand. Shnaider with a slice forehand goes in. Drop shot Chwalinska's too good. All right, 30-15. Tell you, there's a lot of Poles in France. They're going crazy. Beautiful rally. 30-15. 30-15. Serve again from Shnaider as a fault. Second serve. As the second serve is a let. Remember, Shnaider took out Sabalenka in the upset of the tournament. And Chwalinska has been the surprise of the tournament. There's a backhand from Shnaider. That's a great shot. Chwalinska gets it back with a slice, and then Shnaider forehand inside out. Chwalinska gets it back though with a backhand winner. Shnaider just didn't think to go up the line. It's 30-0. All right, 30-0. And the coach, Shnaider's coach, Sasha Bayin, is like, what? He hit it straight to her. 30-0. Serving to the forehand of Chwalinska. Forehand from Shnaider goes long. We got a break point. 30-40. To get the break. As a return, goes into the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska's forehand goes in the backhand of Shnaider again. Chwalinska with her backhand into the Shnaider forehand. Now Chwalinska's on the stretch with a forehand. Shnaider in control as the slice comes back from Chwalinska. Forehand now from Shnaider again. Chwalinska gets it back with another slice, but it's long. We get the deuce. 12 minutes, by the way, already. A long, long game. All right, deuce. Shnaider serves again. Into the back end of Chwalinska. Forehand from Shnaider again to the back end of Chwalinska. Sliced. Shnaider. Oh, no, there was a late call. Umpire's going to check the mark. Chwalinska's slice might have gone long. And the umpire says it's out. Yep. All right. And it's advantage Shnaider. to get on the board here in this first set. All right, serve is a let. Geez, umpire, wakey, wakey. 30 seconds later. Actually, it was a let. Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot. You were 3 days late. Advantage, Shnaider. Serving to the backhand of Chwalinska. Backhand of Shnaider. Cross-court the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider gets it back with a bit of a moon ball. Chwalinska comes in with the drive volley. Comes to the net. Passing shot lobbed by Shnaider. Chwalinska smash. Shnaider gets it. Chwalinska's back on the baseline. Shnaider with the backhand cross-court. Chwalinska with a drop shot. Oh, it's in. Shnaider gets it with a slice. Oh, but Chwalinska with a lovely volley into the open court for a winner, and we get to deuce. We're going to see some real fun rallies tonight. Today, this morning, this afternoon. I don't know. In this match. Great hands by Chwalinska from the... That was a volley from the almost from the baseline. Great shot. And for Shnaider, this is the total opposite to playing Sabalenka. It's a totally different match. As the return goes in the backhand of Shnaider. Forehand from Chwalinska. I mean, you couldn't get two different players than Sabalenka and Chwalinska. Probably the opposite ends of the scale. She comes in with a slice now. Chwalinska. Oh, passing shot winner by Shnaider. Beautiful shot. Woo, okay. We're going to see angles. We're going to see slice. We're going to just see some crazy long rallies. I mean, this is going to be a very fun match. Great angle from Shnaider. Whew. The Rafa finish over the lasso. As we return, goes out by Chwalinska, and it's 1-0. 1-1. Sasha Bain is mic'd up for TV as well. 1-1. And he's giving all the signals on second serve to come in and be a bit more aggressive. I know, Chad. I'm a coach. I know what he was saying. Chad, I know what he was saying. Because I'm a coach. I know what he's saying. I'm a qualified tennis coach. I went to Tennis Australia and I got one. He was saying this and then going like this. That means second serve stand in. Come on, Chad. Keep up. It's going to be on the exam at the end of the year. 1-1. As the love goes up, we all know. No, but I'm just saying that, like, you wouldn't have known if I didn't tell you, right? Wasn't that obvious, was it? Four-way winner from Chwalinska. I mean, like, you're probably looking going, why is he doing all these sign language? I just told you why. So, like, now you can go forward in your life knowing what he was saying. And you're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. Didn't need to be coached to get that. Yeah, but you did. I think you did, though. I think you did. It wasn't that obvious, was it? Going like this and then this. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I actually went to a, like, I had to go to, it was actually, went to Australian Open, like, Melbourne Park to do my course. And I was there for, like, it was actually when I was doing uni. I don't know why I was doing two courses, one 5 days a week and then one on the weekend. That was a lot of studying for some reason. I just was crazy. Backhand return. And the drop shot from Chwalinska is good. Slice from Schneider's better. And it's 15-0. Yeah, to be learning how to draw buildings for 5 days, Monday to Friday. And then on the weekends, I'd go down to Melbourne Park and learn how to be a professional coach. All right. 15-0. Great pickup. You got certified. We get it. You sure? I can find the... You want me to show... I have proof. 15-0. As in a forehand out of the backhand of Chwalinska. Back forehand of Shnaider. Into the forehand of Chwalinska. Shnaider with the backhand. Cross court. Chwalinska pass. Too good. Great shot. 30-15. Wow, it's a carry. It is a great contest. It's not the crash and bash that we're used to seeing on the WTA. You know, it's the shot making, the craft. It's really interesting. Show us? I don't know where it is. It's in storage. I'll get it later. Gotta prove it to you, do I? 30-15. As the backhand return goes in the backhand of Chwalinska. Cross court the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska forehand. Again to the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska backhand pass. Shnaider. Forehand up the line. Chwalinska lob. Shnaider drive volley cross court. Chwalinska gets it back though with a pass. Oh, what a shot. Shnaider hit a good couple of shots. But Chwalinska's just too good. She was too quick. 40-15. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot up the line. That was a decent angle. By the way, is that Swiatek's team in the box? It is, right? He's from the team. He's from Team Swiatek, right? What time is it in Melbourne? It's 1:30 in the morning. Oh, Shnaider return winner. That's a beautiful shot. 40-30. 40-30. How many years did you work as an architect before you did this? I'm sorry, what is this? An interrogation? Is this a job interview? What are we doing? 40-30. Got TP grilling me here. All right, first serve, default, second serve. What school did you go to become a professional YouTuber? Good one. Return goes into the forehand of Chwalinska. Backhand now from Shnaider. Cross court. Chwalinska with a lob. Shnaider. Oh, just gets it back. She goes to the baseline now. Shnaider with the backhand up the line. Chwalinska forehand. Again to the backhand of Shnaider. She comes in the net again, but Chwalinska puts it away. All right. Chwalinska. 2-1. Demario.
Yes, Iga's team is watching Maya matches.
Okay. I didn't know if they were like, he was helping her or if they were just like, I mean, would they have been there if Swiatek was playing still? Maybe not. I don't know. Or maybe they would have. They're pretty good friends, right? All right. It's getting no cam cat time. Look, you all know me. I don't need to yap. All right. Maybe Iga's team is helping her too. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe giving her some. It's only the physio. Yeah, I think it's only the physio, right? Chwalinska shares the physio with Iga. Oh, so he works with both of them. Makes sense. That makes sense. All right, Shnaider to serve. God, it looks. The sun's out in Paris, but the clouds look grim. They look grim. You know, Cam checking out player that is playing her 9th match without physical problems. Well, that's crazy. I mean, she does have her legs strapped up, so I wouldn't say she's without physical problems. She definitely has something going on with her legs, but she only has lost a set, Chwalinska, to get to this stage, so it's been very, very good. They played the same amount of time in the main draw. I think it's like 8 hours, 40 minutes. Because Schneider's, I think, only lost a couple of sets too. As Chwalinska puts it away, love 15. But we saw in the last match, and even now, she doesn't look bothered by that leg, left leg. So it's one thing to have strapping on your leg, but it's another to be limping, right? She doesn't seem bothered. Maybe it's precautionary. Maybe she just saw. There's a bit of backhand from Chwalinska. Another forehand now goes to forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska backhand. Again to the backhand of Shnaider. Sliced. And it's a drop shot. Chwalinska gets there with a backhand drop shot herself. And then Shnaider puts up a lob. It's long. Love 30. Chwalinska's just got every answer to Shnaider at the moment. Love 30. Caroline Garcia in the front row. She's pregnant, right? She's having a kid. I think that's that's the most aggressive way to say that. She's having a baby, right? I'm pretty sure she is, right? There's a bit of backhand slice up the line. Chwalinska's got break points. Love 40. Love 40 to get the break here. Love 40. Love 40. Shnaider serves. Into the forehand of Chwalinska. Up the line to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska, forehand again. Into the backhand of Shnaider. Deep into the forehand of Chwalinska. Shnaider now gets her forehand. And hits it wide. And there is the break. 3-1. Chwalinska breaks first. All right. Good start. Solid start. 23 minutes, 4 games. But that's what it's going to be today. We're not going to be getting out of here in an hour, like the Andreeva match, which was way too short. And in fact, should have been 5-setter because why not have best of 5 sets at women's semifinals and finals at Grand Slams? I don't know, Chad. I think it's a good idea. Craig Tiley thought it was a good idea. Naomi Osaka thinks it's all right. I don't know. Backhand slice goes into the backhand of Shnaider. Backhand from Chwalinska. In the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska forehand. Cross court. That's a great shot. Up goes a lob by Shnaider. But it doesn't make the net. 15 love. Garcia is expecting. Okay, good. That's what I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. We now all know. Love. As Chwalinska serves. Into the forehand of Shnaider. Return winner. I think that's what Schneider's going to try and do. She does have to try and be the bigger hitter here. Because she is the bigger hitter. She needs to be a little bit more aggressive. And not get into these slicey, dicey rallies with Chwalinska. 15-0. Where has she been all this time? I know, right? 15-0. Shnaider stands inside the baseline. Ooh. That's aggressive. Backhand return goes to backhand of Chwalinska. Up the middle to the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska backhand cross court. Shnaider with a slice. Drop shot winner. 15-30 Shnaider. That was better. All right. 15-30. Chwalinska serves again. Into the forehand of Shnaider. Return the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider with the backhand cross court. Chwalinska gets it back with the backhand, but it's in the net. Great depth from Shnaider. 15-40. Shnaider to take back the break. She was also talented, but had a lot of injuries. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, she's here now. She is here. We know who she is now. No longer just the player that she played doubles with Swiatek. She's not that anymore. She also did play United Cup and was part of the winning team for Poland at the United Cup. She played doubles with the Z-Train a couple of times. 40, sorry. Serving the backhand of Shnaider. Backhand from Chwalinska. No. Shnaider hit it long. 30-40. Yep, umpire confirms that was out. 30-40. Remember the Z-Train? Okay, we had a lot of fun at the United Cup, didn't we? First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Shnaider. Backhand from Chwalinska. Goes in the backhand of Shnaider. Sliced. Chwalinska forehand. And Shnaider goes again. The backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider with the backhand down the middle. Chwalinska goes again to the backhand of Shnaider. As Chwalinska goes again to the backhand of Shnaider. They're just going backhand to backhand. Who's going to change direction? They just keep going backhand to backhand. As Chwalinska tried to slice it down the line, but it fades wide and Shnaider breaks back. 3-2 on serve, and that was a very interesting rally that nobody wanted to go for it, and then eventually Chwalinska goes for the slice up the line, but fades wide. All right, first really long rallies we've had. All right. Chwalinska still 3-2 up. How we doing, chat? The Z-Train's injured? Oh, no. That's no good. That's no good at all. Of the 4 ladies in the semifinals, which one of you do you think is best suited game for grass? Probably Andreeva, right? I mean, Andreeva's got proof that she can play on grass. So I'd say Andreeva. But out of the 4 in the semis, I'd expect Andreeva to have a good run at Wimbledon, right? I don't expect these 2 ladies to do much at Wimbledon. Kostyuk, we'll have to wait and see how she does. She's had such a good clay season, right? But I'd say Andreeva's the pick of the bunch on grass, right? All right, 29 minutes. 3-2. 3-2. Back to Shnaider. We're on serve. As a return from Chwalinska goes into the forehand of Shnaider. Shnaider goes cross-court with the forehand. Chwalinska puts up a lob. And Shnaider hits a drive volley and goes back to the baseline. Now a drop shot from Chwalinska, but it's no good. Shnaider puts it away. Too quick is Shnaider. 15 love. Hey, Nemo, what's up? Anybody new here like me? Yeah, chat. 1 in the chat if you're new to the channel. 2 in the chat if you've been here before. How many new people? Shout out to all the new people. We've got a lot of new people this tournament. As the return goes up the line to the backhand of Shnaider. Backhand now from Chwalinska. Into the backhand of Shnaider as Chwalinska goes up the line in the net. Dirty love. 1 in the chat if you're new. 2 in the chat if you've been here before. Where are all the new people? But don't be shy. We're a friendly bunch. There we go. Jack is new. There we go. Bullish is new, even though you're a member somehow. Deb is new. Welcome, Deb. Somehow you're new and a moderator and been here for 5 years as a member, but welcome. All right, 30 love. Didn't Shnaider win a title? She's won a title on all 3 surfaces in 2024. Yeah. 2024, Shnaider had a great year, and I put her in the top 10 in 2025, and that didn't happen. But look, that's all right. She's having a great time now. 30-15. New for Roland Garros. Hey, Chio, appreciate that. Welcome. Welcome. There's a bit of fault second serve. Second serve, Shnaider. Welcome, Emmy, as well. Appreciate you being here. There's a forehand now from Chwalinska to the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska on the stretch. Shnaider with the backhand. And the slice from Chwalinska goes into that Shnaider forehand. Chwalinska's doing a lot of running. And eventually overhits it. 40-15. All right, 40-15. 40-15. Yeah, welcome to all the new people. Appreciate you guys being here. If you are new to the channel and you're wondering if we are going to be here after the French Open, the answer is yes. We're actually going to be here next week watching just as much tennis as this week because tennis never stops. So if you're a little bit worried that next week you're like, oh, next week I've got work or I've got a school project that I want to listen to some tennis, and you're like, oh, I wish the French Open went for another week. The grass season starts next week, and we're going to be live. Serena plays. We've got Raducanu. We've got all the ladies a lot of the ladies are playing that we watch. A couple of the men are playing as well, but I don't think Kaboli and Zverev are going to probably play next week at this rate. But we've got a lot of tennis still to go, and then of course Wimbledon comes up in 3 weeks. So again, we run it again. We run it back. So, yeah, we are always here. Live all the time. Except for when there's no tennis, and then we're not live. But there's never no tennis, so we're always live. Finders!
Thank you, Cam, listening to your commentary as I go around Disneyland.
Hey, shout out to Disneyland. Have fun. As a forehand now from Schneider into the forehand of Chwalinska. It's deuce here. Schneider had the game until she didn't. And then Chwalinska with a forehand from the baseline. Schneider's there with a backhand. Chwalinska forehand again. Into the forehand of Schneider. And Chwalinska backhand goes into the back of Schneider. To the forehand of Chwalinska. Now Schneider's doing a run with a slice on the forehand. Another forehand from Chwalinska. Slice again from Schneider. And then up the line, winner by Chwalinska. Great rally and a break point for the pole. Thank you, Finders. Finders, you've been here for like nearly 6 years as a member, so I appreciate that. Thanks for sticking around and enjoy Disneyland. All right, Chwalinska to take the break again. She's playing well, Chwalinska. That's a good rally. Is Serena playing both singles and doubles? No, only singles. Oh, sorry, doubles. I wish. Only doubles with Mboko. So we're going to watch Serena. As it a backhand now from Schneider. She comes in with a volley, but didn't need to hit it because Chwalinska hit it wide and long as deuce. And then, yeah, then we've got Wimbledon coming up. And then after Wimbledon, we actually do have a bit of a break for 2 weeks. And then we go to America. And we cover the American hard court swing. And then we go to everybody's favorite part of the year, the Asian swing, where everybody else loses sleep and I get to have an actual normal life. I'm so excited. Let's go October. Let's go October. When I actually get to sleep at night. As that goes out by Chwalinska. And now it's advantage Schneider. Schneider level. And then, yeah, after Wimbledon, maybe we get Carlos back. Well, hopefully we get him back soon. Seven to the backhand of Chwalinska. And then Schneider hits it wide on the backhand. There's deuce again. Serve. Into the back of Chwalinska. Forehand from Schneider. Chwalinska with a slice forehand. Schneider's going to get it with the backhand. Up the line winner. Advantage Schneider. To level this. By the way, we've been playing for like 40 minutes already. Josh.
Chwalinska is a grand girline. Fair play to her. Tour allure alive.
Yeah, she's playing well. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the €5. As with a serve, is a fault. Second serve. Into the forehand of Chwalinska. Backing now from Schneider up the line as Chwalinska hits it back with a forehand to the back of Schneider. Chwalinska again to the forehand of Schneider. Schneider inside in forehand winner. All right, Schneider levels 3-3. 3 all. All right, chat. I need you to give me a prediction. 1 in the chat for Schneider. 2 in the chat for Chwalinska to win this set. To win just this set. A 3 all. We've had some breaks. Who's winning the set? 1 for Schneider. 1 for Chwalinska. Who you got winning this set at this point in the first set? Well, there's a few ones. A lot of people going with Chwalinska. Okay. A couple of ones, though, for Schneider. Who cares? Ooh. Are you fun at parties or no? All right. As that goes to the net. By the way, Conchita Martinez is watching her phone. She's at the match on her phone. But she's there on her phone. But she's there probably watching the match as well as a phone. 15 love. But she's there. If you don't, she's the coach of Mirra Andreeva. Scouting, so that's fun. As a 4-0 from Shnaider. Into the 4-0 of Chwalinska. Shnaider gets the backhand. Into the 4-0 of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand again. Cross court, the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider inside out forehand. That's a great shot. Chwalinska gets it back. Shnaider forehand again, inside out. To the slice of Chwalinska. It's going to be a drop shot. Schneider's going to get there, though. But can't do anything with it. It was just too good. Beautiful drop shot. 30 love. She serves again, Chwalinska. Into the backhand of Shnaider. Good return to the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider with a forehand inside out. Chwalinska backhand again. To the backhand of Shnaider up the line. That's a good shot. Chwalinska gets it back with a slice forehand, though. Shnaider comes to the net. Chwalinska lob. Shnaider backhand volley. That's a good shot. And Chwalinska gets it and puts it away. Okay. I'm going to stop saying good shot because the person who gets the good shot loses the point anyway. It's not a curse. It's just a coincidence. 40 love. Chwalinska to get the lead again. Shnaider hit a decent backhand. I mean, the lob was great. Shnaider hit a great shot off a very tough lob. But then, just gets past. Is Maja better than Sinner? I don't know. Different. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Hey, Victoria, thank you for the $10 super sticker. By the way, Victoria, you have a gold trophy next to your name. You're one of a few that have that. As with a forehand now from Shnaider. Into the forehand of Chwalinska. Backhand now from Shnaider as Chwalinska goes passing shot for Shnaider. Shnaider volley in the net. All right, 4-3. Chwalinska takes the lead again. Thank you for the $10 super sticker. Appreciate it. All right. Shnaider, top doubles player. So if she wins, then she will play against a partner. That is true. That is true. Is Poland an underrated tennis country? Yeah, I mean, let's talk about Polish tennis, right? So the history of Polish tennis really comes down to like Radwanska, right? You got Swiatek, Hurkacz. Who else is like one of the stars of Polish tennis of yesteryear? Congrats on 300K. Thanks for all the years of fun. No worries. Thank you, Victoria, for sticking around. You've been here for more than 5 years as a member, so I appreciate it. Cam, you're so bad. Like Michael Jackson bad? Like, you know, bad. Thank you. I appreciate it. I can't moonwalk. Myshak, yeah, Myshak. Lynette, yes, Lynette. But I'm talking, like, what about, oh yeah, Jerzy Janowicz. That's, yes. Who could forget? Did he win Paris or make the final? He definitely did well on indoors. He was a beast. Kubot won a doubles championship at Wimbledon. Okay, there you go. Yeah, Janowicz, he was a big, I remember him, he burst out on the scene. That was crazy. All right, 4-3. Many played for other countries. Many Polish players play for other countries? Like who? All right, 15 love. Smooth criminal, yeah. All right, 15 love. Oh, like Wozniacki. Yeah, okay, good point. Good point. And Kerber, apparently, yeah. Isn't Paolini also part Polish? As the winner goes up the line from Shnaider, 30 love. Rafa won this 14 times. He sure did. That he did. 30 love. As a return goes up the line to the forehand of Shnaider. Slice from Chwalinska. Goes into the forehand of Shnaider. Shnaider puts it away. And it's 40 love. 40 love. I don't think Wawrinka's Polish. Is he? Part Polish? Has he got Polish heritage? 40 love. First serve's a fault. Second serve. As that goes out by Chwalinska. And it's 4-all in this first set. Steve Johnson's half Polish. Is he? Okay. Frech. Yeah, Frech is another one who's Polish. Yep. Palini can speak Polish. Okay. For back from the 70s. Okay. Yeah, Radwanska, obviously. She was, before Swiatek, she was the best, the most successful Polish player ever, right? Before Swiatek. As a backhand slice into the net by Shnaider. And it's 15 love. All right. 15 love. Serve again. Into the backhand of Shnaider. Forehand from Chwalinska goes into the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska forehand again. Into the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska goes up the middle again. Shnaider with a backhand cross. Goes long. And it's 30 love. Shnaider just making another error. Wawrinka is a Polish surname. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right. First serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve, Chwalinska. Double fault, 30-15. 30-15. As we just serve again from Chwalinska. Hey, thank you, Macy, for the £10 super sticker. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right, 30-15. Chwalinska trying to keep this lead. As we're going to form up the line from Chwalinska to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska with a forehand again to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska comes in with a half volley in the net. Ooh, that was not the smartest shot. I think she thought maybe Shnaider was going to get a bit deeper in the court. And the ball went a little shorter than she wanted, and she kind of just hit it straight into the ground. All right, serve again. 30-all. Just joining us. Chwalinska did lead with a break at 3-1. And she serves a fault second serve. Andreeva's, 19, yep. Teenage Grand Slam champ. We've had that a few times over the last, 10 years. Post-Serena. As we're going to find out the backhand of Chwalinska to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska with a drop shot. Shnaider gets it back with a slice. And then up the forehand goes Chwalinska. Then she comes down with a drop volley. Shnaider puts up a lob. Goes in. Chwalinska with a passing shot. Shnaider with a great pickup. Chwalinska gets up the forehand up the line though. Winner. Great rally. Great rally by both. Good hustle by both. 40-30. And the crowd appreciate it. Great rally. And great recovery as well from Chwalinska there. That was not easy. And that was a great pickup by Shnaider. Shnaider with good hands at the net, but maybe that works against a slower player, maybe. But Chwalinska was too quick. 40-30. First serve's a fault. Second serve. It's nearly been an hour. Played 47 minutes for 8 games. Second serve. There's a return. Goes the backhand of Chwalinska. And then in the net from Shnaider on the forehand. And 5-4. Chwalinska leading again. All right. All right. How we doing, chat? How we doing? How about we rate? Let's rate the French Open. We're almost at the end. We've only got a couple of days left. How has the French Open been out of 10? Rate the French Open out of 10. How's your French Open experience been, chat? Out of 10. How has it been? I want to get a little bit of a vibe of what you guys are thinking. Because it could go, I feel like it could go either way. You could be like, I loved it. And there's a lot of people that are like, I hated it. Depends who you follow. All right, pretty positive though. 9, 10. All right, 8, 8.5, 10. All right, minus 100. There you go. 0. Okay. 8, 10, 4, 6, 7 is okay. Okay. 9, 8, 7, 7, minus 10. 4.5, 7.6, 7.5, 10, 0.5, 10, 0, 10, 8.5, 9, 8.3, 3.1, 10, 6. All right, so very, yeah. I mean, like overall, it seems like mostly positive. All right, 5-4. Schneider's going to serve the say in it. As a return, goes into the forehand of Schneider. Backhand now from Chwalinska. In the backhand of Schneider. Chwalinska with a right-handed forehand, which is the opposite hand, but it didn't work. Schneider puts it away. 15 love. 15 love. So it seems like it's probably like an average of like maybe a high 7, low 8, maybe. Yeah, I probably agree. I think it's been probably been like an 8, like an 8.3. Like it's been solid. I like the fact we get a different we get a solid new champions and we get something different. I didn't want to have this different, but yeah. I think different is good. Mixed it up a little bit, especially on the men's side after like having years of the same players, same 4 or 5 players winning. It's nice to have a completely different player get a chance. Drop shot winner by Schneider, 40 love. Yeah. What is your backhand on shot quality? Probably like a 9.8. Have you seen my backhand? Come on. 40 love. 7 to the backhand of Chwalinska, and she hits a winner on the return. And it's 40-15. The negative 100 brought the average down. Yeah, somebody's like minus 100. All right, fine. We're at a 5.2. 40-15. As the return goes in the backhand of Schneider, backhand now Chwalinska to the backhand Schneider up the line. Chwalinska forehand in the net. 5-all. Schneider holds. 5-all in the second. I like the fact that we have different players. Yeah, for sure. I've liked that too. And now the best part about this, right, is if you didn't like this tournament, is that these players now all have the experience of this level. So when we go to the next slam or the next couple of slams, there's more players that have slam experience because of the upsets. So when we get to Wimbledon, US Open, Australian Open, Hadar, Fonseca, Menchik all have been there and done that. So that makes it more competitive again when we get to the... So it's giving a lot of players this experience, which we never would have gotten had all the same people that won, right? Djokovic and Alcaraz and Sinner, right? So it's giving a lot of opportunity to players, and the next time they have a quarterfinal or a semifinal or whatever, they might have to play Sinner or Alcaraz, but at least they have been there and done that. So a lot of match experience. Plus on the women's side, same thing. right? Same thing. So I'm excited to see how they use this newfound confidence in the next slam, and especially the US Open. I think I don't expect a lot of the same names at Wimbledon to do well. It's a lot. It's a quick turnaround. But at the US Open, Hadar, Menchik, Fonseca, Kaboli, I expect all these guys to be a threat. Make the fourth round. Like, that should be the minimum for them now, unless their form goes totally off. All right, lovely winner by Shnaider. 15-0. Chwalinska serves again. And it's a fault. Second serve. Serve into the forehand of Shnaider. Forehand from Chwalinska up the line to the back of Shnaider. Chwalinska forehand on the stretch. Goes cross court. Shnaider gets it back. Chwalinska backhand down the middle. Schneider's going to hit a forehand. Inside out. Pass, but the volley is too good from Chwalinska. 30-15. 30-15. Great hands. 30-15. This game is dead. Okay, bye. We'll see you tomorrow for the men's semis. As a return, goes in the front of Chwalinska. Backhand out from Shnaider. Is a lob, and it's long. 40-15. All right, 40-15. 40-15 to stay in front. As the backhand from Shnaider goes in the front of Chwalinska. Shnaider forehand cross court. Chwalinska gets it back with a slice. Shnaider inside out forehand again. Lob, right-handed lob goes up. And then Shnaider puts it away. Okay. Chwalinska does do the right-handed forehands occasionally. Sort of like what Sharapova did with the left-handed forehands on the backhand side when she played. That was a good lob, but Schneider's plays a lot of doubles. She knows how to hit those away. By the way, chat, we're almost at 600 likes. Don't forget to like the video. And we're almost at 300, 800 subs. As we have a backhand return from Shnaider into the backhand of Chwalinska. Backhand now Shnaider into the forehand of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand again. Chwalinska forehand goes short. Shnaider on the attack. Great shot in the deep, the backhand, and then that goes up in the sky, and Shnaider puts it away with an easy drive volley. And we get the deuce. Shnaider on the attack. All right, and a big shout from Shnaider too. This has been a grind of a set, almost an hour. Serve. Here's a fault. Second serve. Yep, both are left-handed, yeah. Two lefties playing each other. Second serve. Oh, double fault. All right, Schneider's got a break point. Schneider's got a break point to get the break and serve for the set. All right. She was up 40-15 in the game. Brutal. All right, serve again. Into the backhand of Shnaider. Return the forehand of Chwalinska. That goes in the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska backhand. Into the backhand of Shnaider on the stretch. Chwalinska forehand inside out again to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska with the backhand as Shnaider goes up the line. That's a great shot. Shnaider gets... No! It's called out. Late call. And we get the deuce. Shnaider almost started to celebrate. She hits it long. Back to deuce. We're in deuce jail again. It's not Chwalinska, it's Chwalinska. Yeah, I know it's Chwalinska. I'm trying my best. I'm Australian. We have lazy English. So I'm doing my best. Deuce. Try saying it really fast 3 times. Backhand goes up the cross court to the backhand of Shnaider. Shnaider on the net. And it's advantage Chwalinska. Chwalinska to serve. To take the lead. As the backhand return goes into the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand. Deep into the forehand of Chwalinska. But it goes in the net. From Chwalinska. And we're back to deuce. Why is the scoreboard behind bars? Because we're stuck in deuce jail. We've been stuck in deuce jail for the last couple of minutes. Good pronunciation. See, that's all I need. All I need is this Polish certification. That's all I need. If I get the Poles in the chat to say that it's good, then I'm happy. As we're backing out from Chwalinska to the backhand of Shnaider. They go backhand to backhand. Shnaider runs around hers and hits a forehand. And now they go backhand to backhand again. Shnaider on the attack. As she hits another forehand. Cross court. Chwalinska gets it back with a forehand to Shnaider. Drop shot. Too good. That was just too smart. And a big shout by Shnaider. Advantage. Advantage Shnaider. To get the break. And her coach Sasha Bayin, who was Serena Williams' hitting partner, and then worked with Osaka and Pliskova and I think Vekic, and he's worked with a lot of the players. He's one of the more celebrity coaches. And he's built like a bodybuilder. Dude, definitely gyms. All right, advantage Shnaider. Who else has he worked with? He's worked with heaps of players, right? Did he work with Kerber as well? I'm thinking Wim Fizet. Get my coaches mixed up. All right, serve. Chwalinska down to the back of Shnaider. Chwalinska forehand's a bit of a shank. Goes in though. Shnaider gets it back. Chwalinska backhand into the forehand of Shnaider. And as Chwalinska goes cross court. Shnaider's there with the forehand up the line. Chwalinska backhand cross court. Shnaider backhand again as Chwalinska gets it back. Shnaider forehand inside out. Chwalinska gets it back again as Shnaider on the attack with the backhand up the line. Slice goes in from Chwalinska. There's a bit of backhand, a forehand now from Shnaider. And now the backhand, Shnaider hits it long. We're back at deuce. And Shnaider is getting really upset. I'll tell you, this is a very frustrating match to play. I mean, if this is what Schneider's reacting like, imagine when Andreeva's going to play this in the final potentially. It's a frustrating style to play. Shnaider played some really good shots and got nothing for it, right? She played some really good backhands up the line, a couple of cross court. And she is starting to get annoyed. I tell you, Chwalinska has made no, her facial expression has been the same since she walked out here. Hasn't changed. Backing up the line to the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska backhand cross court. Shnaider gets it. As Chwalinska backhand again. As Shnaider goes up the line. Chwalinska's there with the forehand. Bit of a shank. Shnaider gets it back with the backhand. As Chwalinska drop shot. Schneider's going to get there. No, she's not. No, she's not. No, she didn't. And again, Chwalinska just goes, she's not bothered. She ain't bothered. She don't look bothered. She ain't bothered. 10-minute game. 10 minutes. Advantage Chwalinska. The scoreboard is behind bars because we are in deuce jail. Serve. Nope. We're stuck. We're stuck in deuce jail. Serve. Into the back of Shnaider. Return goes in the forehand of Chwalinska. Shnaider, forehand. Cross court again to the forehand of Chwalinska. Goes deep into the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska doing all the defense. Shnaider on the attack. Forehand goes into the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider. Forehand inside in. That's a good shot. Chwalinska gets it back though. Shnaider forehand now to the backhand of Chwalinska. Who goes up the line and hits a winner. Shnaider hits. I mean, she was playing a great point, Shnaider. And then she loses it. I mean, that is so frustrating. If you're Shnaider. Chwalinska gets the lead. 6-5. Schneider's going to serve to stay in it and get to the tiebreak. Deuce Jail's hilarious. Deuce Jail is It's happened a lot lately. We've been stuck. We're on the clay. We won't be in douche jail on grass. I don't think we're going to douche jail on grass very much. But on clay, it's a common thing. It happens a lot. Douche jail was a term that was coined by the chat at some point during this French Open. Douche jail is definitely a thing. It's never ending. All right. It is not an English-speaking class only. Cam does a praiseworthy thing for us, lovers of tennis. Please spare him of the pronunciation. Thank you. What are you talking about? I say I'm fine. Well, I'm speaking great. What do you mean? He's doing thank you, I think. It's a backhanded compliment. Where are the Polish people at? I'm saying it well, all right, right? I'm Chwalinska. Chwalinska. It's just that I'm saying it quick. I'm saying it right. How am I doing? Am I doing all right? Perfect. Thank you, Agnes. Appreciate it. There we go. Thank you. That's it. It's okay. Look, is it perfect every time? No. I know that. But I'll get better with practice. As a backhand return, goes in the back of Schneider up the line of the forehand of Chwalinska. Schneider with the forehand again. Cross-court winner. 15-love. Your way is way better than the English commentators at best attempts. Yeah, see, they don't get the feedback, though. That's why. On the TV, they're just saying whatever they want, and nobody's telling them otherwise. Whereas I'm here, I want to get it right. You guys are telling me how to say it. I want to get it right. You talk too fast. Well, I have to. If I talk slower, then we'd miss the point. Slice from Schneider. Chwalinska puts it away on the volley. 15-all. 15-all. The scoreboard broken? No? Oh, it is. It'll update in a second. It's just a bit of a glitch. It's just lagging. It was in douche jail. It fell asleep. All right, return goes back into Schneider. Schneider puts it away. 30-15. 30-15. Oh, got him. 30-15. 30-15. It's 6-5 Chwalinska. 30-15 Schneider. 30-15 Schneider. It's 30-15 Schneider. She serves a fault. Second serve. Double fault. 30-all. It's going to fix itself. It's magic, chap. 30-all. Schneider serves again. Big point here. She serves a fault. Second serve. As a return, goes into the forehand of Schneider. Chwalinska forehand on the stretch. Schneider backhand cross court. Chwalinska's there with the backhand. Goes into the back of Schneider. Chwalinska comes in with the backhand again, but Schneider's right there with her backhand. Now Chwalinska with the slice on the stretch. Goes long. And Schneider smacks the ball into the ground. 40-30. 40-30. Yeah, the scoreboard. We opened the jail and it forgot to leave. It's like, oh. It's just a bit delayed. I didn't realize that we're out of Deuce jail. 40-30. To go to the tiebreak. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Chwalinska. Backhand up from Schneider across court. Chwalinska gets it back up the line. Schneider forehand again to the slice of Chwalinska. And then Schneider goes forehand again to the forehand of Chwalinska. Schneider. Another backhand up the middle. As Chwalinska gets it back to the backhand of Schneider. We're getting moon balls now. Schneider backhand again. Off the tape. Chwalinska gets there with a slice. Schneider gets it back with a forehand pass. And we go to this tiebreak. We're going to play the song, but I know that won't work. Wait. Hello? All right, chat.
And now,
You know what to do.
time for the
It is. Oh, yes, it is. You know, chat, it's a classic. It's a classic. Oh. It's a classic. It's a No, I'm just going to read them out. 7-4, Chwalinska. Maja, 7-4, 7-4, Maja. 7-5, Maja. 7-1, Maja. A lot of people going for Chwalinska. 11-9, Shnaider. Okay. 7-3. Okay. A lot of people going with Chwalinska. Backhand to backhand rally. Shnaider. Into the back of Chwalinska again. Shnaider with a backhand cross-court again. To the back of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand again to the back of Chwalinska. Into the Shnaider back up the line. Great shot. Chwalinska gets it back though. And overhits it. One love Shnaider. She gets the mini break straight away. 1-0. 1-0 Shnaider. One zero. All right. Mini break. Serving to the forehand of Chwalinska. Up the line of the backhand of Shnaider. Crossed into the backhand of Chwalinska. Up the line. It was a winner from Chwalinska. That's a great shot. 1-1. Shnaider not happy about that one. Are you drinking oil? Yes, I'm the Tin Man. 1-1. That's a bit of fault. Second serve. Serve goes into the forehand of Chwalinska. Forehand from Shnaider. Again to the forehand of Chwalinska up the line and wide. And Schneider's got the lead. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. We're on serve though. Chwalinska serves. Serving to the backhand of Shnaider. Backhand of Chwalinska is a good shot. Shnaider gets it back with a slice though. Chwalinska forehand goes straight to Shnaider with a slice. And then Chwalinska puts it wide. Okay, great defense from Shnaider. And it's 3-1. She gets the mini break again. I'll tell you, Shnaider did well to hustle there. Couple of real tough shots. Somehow got him back. 3-1. As the return goes in the backhand of Chwalinska. Backhand from Shnaider. Into the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand again. As Chwalinska with a drop shot. Oh, that's a great drop shot. Shnaider gets there, but hits it in the net. Oh, and Shnaider yells at the coach after that as well. Super frustrating. 3-2 Shnaider with a mini break. What was my birth date? February 22nd. Oh, that was... Oh, it hit the net twice. Like, didn't want to go over. Oh, it was so out of that not go over. She just needed to, like, sneeze and it would have gone over. All right, 3-2. Serve. There's a let. Same birthday as your son. Nice. Return. Into the forehand of Shnaider. Back in forehand now from Chwalinska to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska backhand again to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska with a slice. Shnaider slices it back. Chwalinska backhand again to the backhand of Shnaider. He's going back into backhand. Now Shnaider hits a forehand inside out. That's a great shot. Chwalinska gets it back though. As Shnaider. Forehand in the middle. Chwalinska goes up the line with a backhand. Shnaider gets it back with her forehand. And then Chwalinska gets it back again. Shnaider back in control. And she's to back up the line. And Chwalinska hits it wide. Great rally by Shnaider. Big shout. 4-2. 4-2 Shnaider. That was a great rally. Good hustle by Chwalinska, though. I think Shnaider needs to set more. By that reaction, it feels like, yeah, she needs this more. She definitely needs this more. Longest rally of the match, by the way, 21 shots. Make sure you like the video if you haven't already. Just take a second, scroll down, make sure you did like it. Maybe you thought you did and you didn't. Just take a second from that spreadsheet you're filling out or that, you know, from your vacuuming, just like quickly just... We should get to 1,000 likes with this match. This match is a banger. It's already longer than the first match, I think. Maybe? Is it longer than the first match? Maybe. Serve. Into the backhand of Chwalinska. Backhand from Shnaider. As Chwalinska goes up the line, Schneider's there with a slice. But it's long. We're back on serve. 4-3. Shnaider leads. We're back on serve. All right. 4-3. Now, this is only first to 7. It's only the final set tie break that we go to 10. Only 7. All right, there's a return. Goes in the backhand of Chwalinska. Backhand up from Shnaider as Chwalinska goes into the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska forehand on the stretch. Into that Shnaider backhand. And then Chwalinska comes in there with a bit of a drop volley. That was a bit of a sneak attack. I didn't even see her and I'm watching it. 4-0. Great little sneak into the net. And put it away. All right, 4-0. 4-4. For my birthday, my parents and me are going to a Chinese restaurant. Hey, Chris, enjoy that. As the return goes into the forehand of Chwalinska, Shnaider with a backhand pass is wide. And it's 5-4 Chwalinska. Who's that guy with the hat and sunglasses trying to hide? Why was that guy trying to hide? Who is that man? Who is that guy? Who was that guy? Chad, who was that guy? Who was that guy? 5-4. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Brad Pitt. That's impossible. Pretty sure Brad Pitt's in watching motorbikes in some. Well, maybe he is. All right, might be actually. Backhand goes into the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska with a backhand drop shot. Shnaider gets with a forehand. Oh, Chwalinska with a great lob. Set points for the pole as Shnaider just waves her hand away at the coach. Great lob. She just was there. She knew it was coming. Chat, victory belongs to the most tenacious. You take that to work tomorrow and you're like, yeah, shove it up your ass. It's victory is the most tenacious or whatever. I don't know what it was. And you finish the week strong, chat. You go into Friday and you go to that meeting. I'm going to finish my work this week. I'm not going to leave it till Monday. Because victory belongs to the most tenacious. And then you go out, you come back here and you watch the semis. That's what you do. Right, Chad? If that doesn't motivate you, then I don't know what will. We got set points. It's getting crazy. 6-4. Shnaider serves. Chwalinska gets it back. Into the forehand of Shnaider. Another backhand from Chwalinska. Goes to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska gets it back. Shnaider goes up the line and wide. First set goes to Poland. No reaction from Chwalinska. But she has the first set in a marathon. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. First set in the bag. 77 minutes. I'm not even kidding. I think the first match was shorter. I think the Andreeva had won by now. Calm down, no heart attack. If I have a heart attack, it was meant to be. He died watching tennis. He loved it. And then he got buried with the chair. All right? Worth it. All right, Schneider's gone to the bathroom. First set down. Imagine we get 2 more of those. Yes, please. Yes, please. All right. Jasna, Poland. Jasna Polska. Is that right? All right. First set in the bag. Remember, the winner of this plays Andreeva. I'll tell you, Shnaider needed that first set more. She was getting, even when she was leading in that tiebreaker time, she was looking frustrated. And that's when you know that, oh, she's not even happy when she's leading. That's bad. Now she's losing. Now she has something to complain about. Great lob. That was the difference. Shnaider came in with a beautiful forehand, but then Chwalinska just flicks it over her head. Perfect lob. And Shnaider was no chance. All right. The first set, locked in. And Shnaider just with the reaction. All right. 22 winners, 22 errors by Shnaider. 21 winners, 12 errors by Chwalinska. That is incredible. I don't think she had that many winners. 21 winners, only 12 errors. Jeez, she is going to be a nightmare for Mirra. Chat, she might do this whole thing. She is going to be a problem for Andreeva as well. Andreeva's going to get real angry if she has to play this lady in the final. She needs to play Shnaider. Chwalinska is going to be a problem if she wins this match and plays Mirra. That could be a problem. All right. Just waiting for Shnaider to come back from the bathroom. First set in the bag for Team Poland. By the way, if Chwalinska does win this, let's talk about rankings for a second, because obviously rankings are so important. She will be in the top 30. In fact, if Chwalinska wins this, she will be ranked 21 in the world. And you know what the funny part is? Or not the funny part, but the weird part is, she still has to play qualies at Wimbledon. Like, Wimbledon have got to make a choice. Do they give the 21st best player in the world a wild card, which is totally against Wimbledon's usual wild card nominations? But how do you not give the number 21 in the world, French Open finalists, a chance to play Wimbledon main draw? There's no way you make her play the qualies. That's crazy. That would be insane. Cam is on fire. Thank you. Thank you. We are ready. By the way, Shayna, thank you for the becoming a member. Appreciate that. Demario.
We expected Polish girl to win, just not this one.
Yeah, she's flying the flag for that Swiatek gave it to her. She's like, you take it now. It's your tournament. She's not even top 50. She is in the live ranking. She's top 30. Venus will get a wild card at Wimbledon, likely. Probably, yeah. When was the last time a French qualifier won the French Open? I don't think it's ever happened. I can't think of it ever happening. Ever. Raducanu winning the US was the last qualifier to win. I don't think any other qualifiers won. I think Raducanu's the only one. Love your passion. Keep it up. Hey, thank you. $1,300 plus points for the in the semis. No, you get 1,300 for the final. Emma's the only one to ever win on men and women's side as a quali. Yep. Raducanu's the only one. If she wins the French as a quali, will she still have to play the qualies? There's no. I'll tell you, Wimbledon are going to. People are going to have a riot online, not in real life, online. If she wins the French and doesn't get a wild card, that would be insane. There's got to be a special rule. There has to be some sort of rule that you're like, if you win a Grand Slam before Wimbledon, you got to give her, you got to give her a chance to play it. It's crazy, That would be insane to have the French Open champion play qualies. Demario.
She will be 14 if she wins final, just to remind.
Yeah. There's no way Wimbledon are going to ignore that. There's no way they can do that. They have to have a wild card for her. There's no way you turn your back on the current French Open champion. Like, that's insane. I could definitely see them turning their back on semi-final because they did that with Biazo last year. But if she wins the whole thing, how do you say no? How do you not reserve a wild card for the French Open champion? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But Wimbledon don't usually give wild cards out to people that are not British. So I'm sure Wimbledon are, hoping they don't have to make that decision. But it's going to be an interesting lead up to Wimby. If the wild card's not given, or at least not thought about. All right. By the way, weird shadows on the court because it's sunny outside and there's gaps in the roof that have got these like weird shapes. Chat, who's winning the second? 1 in the chat if you think Schneider's winning the second. 2 if you think it's going to be a straight sets win for Chwalinska. Schneider the drop shot. Chwalinska puts up a lob. It's going to be too good. Love 15. 1 if you think Schneider wins this. Second set. 2 if you think it's Chwalinska. I'm kind of leaning to 2, to be honest. I don't know. I don't think Schneider's coming back. I don't think Schneider's going to come back. Be a hell of an effort if she does. A lot of 2s. A lot of 2s. A lot of 2s. All right, serve into the backhand of Chwalinska. Backhand up for Schneider. Into the backhand of Chwalinska up the line. But it goes long and it's 15-0. A lot of 2s. A lot of 2s. 2s all round. All the 2s. A couple of 1s. Some people have faith. Hold on to hope, but mostly 2s. What was the question? 1 in the chat if you think Schneider's going to win this set. Or 2 if you think it's going to be Chwalinska. Schneider hits a 4-1 long. And it's 15-30. 15-30. Oh, now people are putting 1 in the chat. Oh, now. What, did the Schneider fans not hear me? Okay. That makes sense. Now a lot of 1s. Ah, okay. Now they're appearing. Chwalinska gets it back. Into the back of Schneider. Chwalinska gets it again to the back of Schneider. Chwalinska gets a 4-1 cross-court winner. It's 15-40. 15-40. Chwalinska get the break in the second. She was up 3-1 with a break in the first, but then Schneider got it back. And as Schneider serves, a fault. Second serve. Serving to the back end of Chwalinska. Schneider gets a 4-1 cross court. Chwalinska gets it back. Schneider inside our forehand. That's a great shot. Lob goes up. Schneider's backtracking and goes to the baseline. Then a slice from Chwalinska. Backhand out from Schneider. Into the backhand of Chwalinska. Schneider comes in with a volley, but it's in the net. There's the break. 1 love. Setting a break. Yazda. By the way, we have a Yazda emoji for those who are still here. Oh, we had a Yazda emoji. Oh, it's gone. And it's gone. Where'd the Yazda emoji gone? What the hell? Yazda emoji lasted 1 day. What happened? We need more members, I think. Got 1 day worth of Yazda. What the hell? We need 180 more members. That's crazy. We had a Yazda emoji. You know what? We'll make a Yazda emoji just for today. And we'll change it back. Actually, we'll keep it. If she makes the final, we'll keep it. Because for the rest of the tournament. Because I think more people are going to say Yazda than Vamos. At least for now. We'll change it back to Vamos later. Because I don't think anybody on the men's side is yelling Vamos this week. There it is. All right, now we have it. Now you can use it. 1 love. Set and a break for Chwalinska. Serve goes the backhand of Shnaider. Backhand of Chwalinska. Into the backhand of Shnaider up the line. That's a winner. And it's love 15. Beautiful shot. Where are the Yazda emojis at? Love 15. Also, chat, we're almost at 100 likes. And apparently the chat summary is viewers chatting about Maja Chwalinska's performance and tennis skills and impressed. Chat, are you impressed? 4 in the chat if you're impressed. There we go. Ah, caught it. 15-0. This sun is so annoying. The sunspots are so annoying. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. A lot of people impressed. Yeah. We're all impressed. What a run. 15-0. As the return goes out from Chwalinska. And it's 15-30. Chance for a break back, a break point to get back on serve straight away. Shnaider. The couch looks like a tennis ball. Yeah, it is. It is a tennis ball couch. It's made of the tennis ball felt. 15-30. As we get a backhand now to the backhand of Chwalinska. Forehand from Shnaider. As Chwalinska with the drop shot. Schneider's going to get there with a slice. Chwalinska lob. Goes in. Shnaider goes back with a lob of herself. Bounce smash or forehand. Chwalinska goes up the line. Shnaider on the stretch gets it back. Chwalinska with a slice up the line. Shnaider gets that back. As Chwalinska goes up the line with a forehand winner. What a rally. Great rally by both. But Chwalinska just has an extra shot. 30-all. 30-all. What a rally. As the return goes back into Chwalinska. Back into from Shnaider. Into the back of Chwalinska. Shnaider flying cross court. Goes deep into the front of Chwalinska. Chwalinska hits it wide. And it's break back point for Shnaider. To get back the break straight away. $30-40. As the return goes into the front of Chwalinska. Shnaider up the line. Chwalinska hits it in the net. There's the break back. All right, Shnaider. She breaks back. And I think Chwalinska's just asked for the trainer or something. She's asking for something to the umpire. She's asking the umpire for something. All right. Chwalinska gets the break. Gets broken. Shnaider gets the break back. I feel like I'm watching tennis in the 80s. So much variety. I know, right? This definitely feels like a bit of a throwback as we get a forehand on the stretch from Shnaider. Into the forehand of Chwalinska. Chwalinska puts it away. In. It was in. Love 15. Love 15. As Shnaider with a slice. This sun is so annoying. Forehand goes into the back end of Chwalinska. Chwalinska gets it out. 15-0. It's like just bright spots in the middle of the court. It is terrible. It is terrible for viewing. It is just like these bright spots that the ball just disappears. Horrible. That's what happens when you close the roof and it's sunshine. There's a bit of forehand now into the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider with the forehand again. Goes long. And it's 15-30. That's what happens when the sun comes out after the rain. All right, serve again. Yeah, maybe she was asking about the sun. They turned off the sun. What happened? Backhand volley from Schneider's good. And then she puts away the second one, 30-0. What happened? Somebody just like turned off the sun. Just like they just disappeared. All those horrible lights were gone. They turned off the sun. That was so weird. All of a sudden, we can see the ball now. I think that's what she was asking about. I don't think it was a trainer. I don't think she was asking for the trainer. I think she was asking for, she was asking about like the sun, how long it's going to be this annoying. The umpire's like, because she never played on this court before, remember? Before yesterday. And she hasn't played under the roof, so the umpire would know how long the sun, those weird, are they coming back? All right, 40-30. Oh, they're back. Oh, no. Return goes in the back of Shnaider. Chwalinska goes cross-court. The forehand of Shnaider. Oh, Shnaider hits a winner. All right, 2-1. Shnaider leads in the second now. All right. All right. Commentator did say trainer? Okay. Have a look. Is the trainer out? They're focusing on Shnaider, so I don't know. So the trainer is out. All right. Trainer is out for Chwalinska. She has got her legs strapped, but I'm not sure what she needs help with. All right. Doctor came out in a suit. I have no idea what. I mean, her legs are strapped, so I don't think it's that. Maybe she's just fatigued after playing so much. I don't think it's an injury. I think it's more, it might be just fatigue. I mean, the first set was long. This has been a very, very long match. DeMario.
Sakkari was the only one to take set from Maja in main draw. Imagine how she feels knowing that might have been best chance for her to win Grand Slam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Sakkari had a better chance in 21, though, to be honest.
The sunspots are part of the All Matrix. Kamban the Don Undersham.
Hey, thank you, Josh, for the $5. All right. So no treatment. So again, I don't know. Is she taking some pickle juice or some? I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I think it might just be fatigue. I don't think it's got anything to do with She doesn't get any stretch. Like she wasn't stretching her legs. She wasn't getting any treatment. So I reckon it's probably more just. It's probably more just like a play. We're grinding it out here. It's been a long match. Chwalinska got the trainer out, by the way. So it might have just been a little bit, just a bit for something to keep her energy up. Maybe she got some salt tablets or something. I don't know. We'll see how she moves around. As we get back in now up the line into the forehand of Shnaider. Backhand forehand goes out by Shnaider. 15 love. She took some pills. She said she was feeling sick. Okay, I couldn't hear her either because they don't let you hear. I couldn't hear her. She said she wasn't feeling well. Okay. 15 love. She serves. And it's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. By the way, chat, we've got 3,500 people in the house. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. So thank you for joining us. 15 love. As they back up the line into the forehand of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand goes long again. Does it? Chwalinska thinks it's in, I think. And the umpire's going to double check. And I think it is good, yeah. You can just tell by the reaction that Chwalinska's like, oh, that was in. I'm going to replay the point. All right. 15 love, replay the point. She has a cold. During her interview, she sounded like she was completely blocked nose. Okay, thank you. You're a maniac on the dance floor. 15 love. Served down the tee. The backhand is a let. $15 love. Chwalinska serves. Out wide of the back to the front of Shnaider. Shnaider in the net. And it's 30 love. We're almost at 1,000 likes. Come on, we can get to 1,000 likes. It's a semi-final of a Grand Slam. Just go check. I'll wait. Just check if you would like. Maybe you thought you liked the video, but it was actually the Andreeva match. As we return into the forehand of Chwalinska. Chwalinska to the net. And this is the first sign of any sort of frustration we've seen from Chwalinska at all. She just slaps herself in the leg and just sort of like shakes her head and points at the ground. That's about as emotional as we've seen her during a match. $30-15. Serve. Into the forehand of Shnaider. Return goes out. And a bit of a come on as well. All right, 40-15. We've been playing for almost 2 hours. An hour and 40 minutes for this so far. $40-15. Serving to the forehand of Shnaider. Forehand of Chwalinska to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska forehand. Again, the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska with the backhand up the line. Great shot. Shnaider gets it back with a slice. Chwalinska goes cross-court again. And that's a winner. All right, 2-2. And she's definitely a lot more animated, Chwalinska. All right, 2-0. All right, 2-2. Do I have central heating? I have just a heater. All right, 2-0. As the return goes in the front of Shnaider. Chwalinska with a forehand cross court. Shnaider gets it back with a slice. Chwalinska back inside out winner. Love 15. Frustrating for the stupid light. I know, right? The sun's gone away now. Stuffy nose and she's got a cold. That's what they're saying? Okay. So she's not feeling well. As the return goes into the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska goes up the line to the backhand of Shnaider. In the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand cross court. Good angle. Chwalinska goes up the line long and it's 15-0. Shnaider got it back though. Chat, we're so close. We're on this. It's about 120 away. 120 likes away from 1,000 likes, which would be incredible for this clash because this is not the match we thought we'd be getting in this semi-final. We thought we'd be getting Sabalenka Gauff, maybe. Maybe Sabalenka Potapova. Definitely Sabalenka. Forehand slice. Drop shot from Shnaider's a winner. 30-15. So thank you everybody for joining, even if we don't have, Sabalenka or Gauff, right? This is as random as a semi-final has gotten probably since 2021, when we had, 2021. As the return goes in the backhand of Shnaider, for a backhand from Chwalinska to the backhand of Shnaider. bit of a shank. Goes in the forehand of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand again, the backhand of Chwalinska. As Shnaider goes backhand again. Chwalinska drop shot. Schneider's going to get there. Slice up the line. Chwalinska puts up a lob. It goes long, though. Whoa, Shnaider got lucky. She's been lobbed so many times today. And that one just went long. 4-15. Wimbledon's always random. Yeah, maybe. We'll see how... I feel like this Wimbledon might not be so random. We can't have 2 random events in a row. Can we? Maybe we can. Should we, though? Maybe. Imagine if Wimbledon was like this. And Sasha Zverev was trying to win. That'd be crazy. 4-15. That goes out by Chwalinska. And Shnaider leads 3-2 in the second. But everything's just sort of slowed down a little bit. Both players are looking a little tired. Hey, a rainbow! It was raining, and now it's not. That was the chair. All right. First lob that she's missed for the match. Yeah, she hasn't missed many of them. Definitely hasn't missed many of them. All right. Hey, Amanda, what's up? Honestly, I like it better than typical Gauff Sabalenka. Okay, fair enough. They play best of 3. So they could be playing 1 or 2 more sets, depending on how the result goes. I'm worried for Maja. Why? She took a medical time out in the middle of the match. Well, she was feeling sick, so she had to get some medication for that. If Shnaider wins this, we get 2 sets. If not, it's the last set of the match. All right, here we go. Back to Chwalinska, who is serving again. Oh, pardon me. Winner of this match plays Andreeva in the final. Mirra Andreeva, who kind of demolished Kostyuk. It was kind of... Well, we've made up for it here. Luckily, this match is good. Like, really close. But it was a very one-sided, very fast match. I think that's probably worse, right? If it was one-sided, but it took a couple of hours, fine. But it was one-sided, and it was very fast. It was well and truly over by now. And we've barely got through the second set here. 15 love. More competitive players mean better on WTA. Oh, yeah, for sure. This is why the WTA is so good right now. Because we have this... The competition level runs deep, you know? The 20th best player in the world can be a threat at any tournament. 15 love. Chwalinska serves again. To the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska backhand up the line. Shnaider gets it with a slice. Chwalinska hits a winner up the line, though, for 30 love. 30 love. First serve is a fault. 30 love. Second serve. Who used the medical timeout? Chwalinska. She wasn't a timeout. It was just a medical. She just got the trainer out. Wasn't a medical timeout official. As a backhand return into the backhand of Chwalinska up the line at the front of Shnaider. Chwalinska backhand cross court. Shnaider gets it back with a bit of a moon ball. Chwalinska forehand goes into the forehand of Shnaider. To the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider forehand again. Chwalinska goes up the line with the backhand, but it's wide, 30-15. So yeah, not an official timeout, but just an assessment from the trainer. All right, serve again. Serve into the forehand of Shnaider. Shnaider hits it long. 40-15. All right, 40-15. To level this second set. We have fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes to backhand of Chwalinska, backing up the line from Shnaider. She hits another backhand Shnaider long. 3-all in the second. 3-3. Shnaider just trying to keep it together. I mean, I tell you, if she gets broken, watch out. All right. Three, back to Shnaider. As the return goes into the front of Shnaider. Shnaider in the net. Love 15. Love 15. Yeah, Schneider's looking a lot she's looking stressed. Love 15. So into the front of Chwalinska. Backing up from Shnaider. In the back of Chwalinska. Back in the backhand rally. As Chwalinska goes again, the backhand Shnaider. Chwalinska goes again, that Shnaider backhand. Shnaider up the line's a winner though. 15-all. Great shot. 15-all. Yeah, they're definitely not as long of rallies now. Serve. As the return goes in the back of Shnaider, up the line to the front of Chwalinska, but she can't get it. Nice hit by Shnaider again. 30-15. 30-15. Serve again is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Chwalinska. Backing out up the line from Schneider's a win up. And it's 40-15. 40-15. Shnaider to take the lead again. Nearly 2 hours played. Serve to the backhand of Chwalinska. Backing it from Shnaider. Up the line. Chwalinska with a forehand. Shnaider goes cross-court with the backhand. Chwalinska goes up the line. Schneider's forehand goes in again to the front of Chwalinska. Up the line to the backhand of Shnaider. Schneider's in trouble. Backhand again to the backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider gets back in the rally. Hits a forehand inside in. Chwalinska goes up the line, but it's in the net. And Shnaider leads 4-3 in the second. Chat. Ask me questions. We're going to do a fire round of questions. I'm going to answer as many questions as I can in the next 90 seconds. Go. Go. I'll answer them as quickly as possible. Lightning round. Go. Go. I can't hear crickets. Can you? How am I? I'm good. How are you? Who is stronger? I'd say Chwalinska's looking better, but overall it might be a little bit more... if we go to a third, probably Shnaider. Does Maya bark? Does Mia bark or woof? Sometimes. I don't have a question, okay? What's for dinner? I have no idea. How many hours of sleep how many hours of sleep do you have? Not enough. Do you ever miss being an architect? Sometimes. Which AO semi-final was better? Alcaraz Zverev. It had more excitement. It was crazier. When is your dog's birthday? In November. Do you plan to watch Queens next week? 100%. We'll be back next week to watch Queens and go from there. Oh, Schneider's got the trainer out now. Hang on. Schneider's got the trainer out now. Do I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man? Sure. Schneider's got the trainer out. Yeah, Schneider's getting some an assessment from the trainer now. Queen's doubles for the GOAT. 100%. Next week's Serena week, you know. Next week is Serena week. Come on, you know the drill. We got Serena week next week. Do I like BTS? I don't really listen to them. Back or hip? Looks like a back issue, and she's going to get treatment for it. So Schneider is getting a medical timeout for, it looks like a lower back. For a lower back. I'm going to the second week of Queens. Nice. Enjoy, Christine. All right. Schneider is getting some treatment. It might be lower back or hip on the left side. All right. They just, it looks like left hip. I don't think she'll retire. Do you think Nola will get 25 slams this year? I think he has to do it at Wimbledon, otherwise no. I don't think he's going to win the US Open. What's an inside-in shot? Great question! All right. Now I can finally show you guys that I know what I'm talking about. Now, inside in, right? So let's talk about for a right-hander, just to make it easy for everybody. So inside in. So there's your tennis player, right? So inside out would be if you're a right-hander and that's your forehand, right? That's your forehand side. This is your backhand side. Inside out is when the ball bounces here and you run around, right? And you hit this way, right? A forehand inside out, right? To their backhand, right? And inside in forehand is when you run around and you hit it this way, right? Mostly here, right? You'll see somebody like run to here. Instead of hitting a backhand up the line, they'll run around and hit a forehand inside in. Does that make sense? So like you run around and you run around your backhand to hit the forehand inside. You can do it on a backhand too. But it's usually just like up the line instead of being, the inside out. Does that make sense? So inside in. It's a risky play, right? Because if you do run around your backhand and you hit the forehand here and you hit it inside in, your opponent might have a great shot and they might be able to just go across court. So you got to make sure that shot's a real good one. Or the inside out, you got to make sure because you're leaving the whole court exposed if you don't put it away, right? Well, it stopped raining outside and people are sitting around watching the tennis out there. So there you go. That makes sense. Let's wait for Schneider. She's getting a medical timeout on her hip/back. How expensive are Wimbledon tickets center court? I have no idea. Probably really expensive. I don't even think you can get them. You have to go on a ballot. You can't buy them, can you? Good lesson. So it's usually forehand. Yeah, you can say, look, forehand down the line, but inside in is when somebody runs around the backhand and hits it down. Yeah, it's down the line instead of cross court, but it's on like instead of just hitting a backhand down the line. What happened to Schneider? She got something wrong with her back or hip. Let's see if that treatment helped. She's got the lead though, 4-3. What does down the stretch mean? It means towards the end of a set or a match. Like down the end of the match. towards the end is what down the stretch means. Serve. Into the forehand of Shnaider. Chwalinska with a backhand. Into the backhand of Shnaider as Chwalinska goes up the line. Shnaider with a forehand cross court. Into the forehand of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand. Again to the backhand of Chwalinska. Now Shnaider. Backhand again to the backhand of Chwalinska. That's going back into backhand. And Shnaider in the net. That was a bad error. 15 love. That was a tough error. 15 love. Chat, we're almost at 1,000 likes. We're only 40 away. Thank you for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chat, we have almost got to 301. We've got 4 matches left after this. Men's semis and then the finals on the weekend. So make sure you join for the rest of Roland Garros and then we can say goodbye. Au revoir. Au revoir, dirt. I don't know how to say dirt in France. But au revoir. Au revoir, Clay. 15 love. See, I can speak French, kind of, not really. And then we go to the grass. As the forehand return goes up the line, the backhand of Chwalinska. Backhand to backhand as that goes up the line from Chwalinska for a winner. And it's 30 love. 30 love. Thanks for the coverage and insights. Incidentally, we're at an under-12s tournament in Poland, the club where Maja trains. Amazing outdoor watch party going on. Hey, Pack. Have fun. Sounds fun. Enjoy. 30 love. Serve again. As the return goes into the forehand of Chwalinska, as we're backhand now from Shnaider up the line. Chwalinska with the backhand, forehand cross court. Drop shot from Schneider's too good. Ooh, and Chwalinska didn't go for that one. She didn't run for that one. It's a great drop shot though, but she didn't run for it. She didn't run for that one. She wasn't committed to that one. Great drop shot. 30-15. Swap croissant for Pims. Yeah, strawberries and cream instead of crepes. As they're flying up the line to the backhand of Chwalinska. Slice from Shnaider up the line. Chwalinska with a forehand cross court. Shnaider gets it. Chwalinska forehand again. Up the line. Schneider's there with a slice. Or it's a bit of a bunt. As they're forehand up the line now to the backhand of Chwalinska. Into the backhand of Shnaider. Shnaider hits it long though. 40-15. Schneider's struggling on the backhand. That's the shot that hurts her physically. All right. Sorry, Chwalinska. My bad. Sorry. Chwalinska. $40-15. I was too busy saying French words. I got confused. Chwalinska hits a fault. Second serve. Second serve, 40-15. Ooh, double fault. 40-30. 40-30. Chat, it's 3 a.m. All right. That's a fourth double fault. Chwalinska. To level this second set, though. Serve again. Down the tee, the backhand of Shnaider. Shnaider in the net. It's 4-4. 2 hours played, by the way. 2 hours played. It's funny how people correct you all the time. Oh, it's so funny. It's my favorite thing. I love that. My favorite part is when the scoreboard breaks. 4-0. Love it. It's tea, all right? 4-4. As the return goes in to the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska with a forehand to the backhand of Shnaider. As Chwalinska gets a forehand, right-handed forehand. And then Shnaider comes to the net. Lob goes up. Shnaider smashes it straight to Chwalinska again. Shnaider forehand goes long. Shnaider should have won that point 3 times and didn't. Love 15. Love 15. Man, Shnaider hit the smash straight to her. She hit the forehand straight to her. Good left-handed, right-handed forehand, though, from a lefty. Serve out wide the backhand of the forehand of Chwalinska. Then Shnaider puts it away on her forehand drive. It's 15-0. Winner of this plays Mirra Andreeva in the final on Saturday. I have no idea if it's going to be raining or indoors or outdoors or what, but it doesn't really matter. It's on Saturday. That's all that you need to be. Just be here on Saturday. June, whatever. As it a point now from Shnaider, the forehand of Chwalinska. Shnaider backhand into the net. 15-30. Shubham.
This Osaka Jovic and Potapova Gauff in contention for match of the tournament in WTA side.
I agree. I think Jovic and Osaka still there. I think special mention to Sabalenka Osaka, even though it didn't go 3. But I think it's Jovic Osaka, right? That was so good. Like, that was great quality and great drama. Backhand goes in to the backhand of Shnaider. Backhand of Chwalinska. Shnaider drop shot. It's not good enough. Oh, the drop shot from Chwalinska is great. Shnaider gets it. And the volley's better from Chwalinska. And she's got break points. 15-40 to break and serve for the final. 15-40. What a run it's been. I tell you, it's going to be a nightmare for Andreeva. Like, this is going to be a terrible matchup in the final. The last thing you want to do to try and win your first Grand Slam is play someone who qualified, like, that you are supposed to beat. Like Andreeva's going to be, it's going to be a nightmare. She'd much rather play Shnaider. 15-40. Serving to the backhand of Chwalinska. Backhand from Shnaider. As Chwalinska with a drop shot. Schneider's running. She's running. She can't get it, though. Chwalinska's going to serve for the match. And for a spot in the final. And the Polish flags are flying. 2 hours and 5 minutes played. Wow. What a dream run. I think the second time that a qualifier will be in the final. As far as I can tell. Off the top of my head. Raducanu is the only one I can think of. Man. If Ostapenko can win RG, then so can Andreeva. Well, Andreeva's going to be the favorite, so she should win RG, yeah. She should win the French. Demario.
I'm sorry, but the first point was pure erg.
Thank you for the donation. Josh.
'Tis a great all game, this good man Kambam.
Thank you for the donations. Appreciate it. Goran was a wild card. Well, not a quali. All right. Which is still very impressive. All right, here we go. Shnaider looks like she's going to finish a semi-finalist this year. Chwalinska is going to serve for the match. To play Andreeva on Saturday. Andreeva's going to have a tough day. She's going to have to be so locked in because this is going to be such a strange final. Serve. Into the backhand of Shnaider. Chwalinska backhand to the slice of Shnaider. Has Chwalinska with a forehand cross court. Shnaider gets on the stretch. Cross court. That's a great shot. Chwalinska gets it back. Shnaider comes in very slowly with a backhand. Winner. Okay. Love 15. Gee, she didn't. There was not much urgency there. All right. By the way, we got to 1,000 likes. Thank you so much. Chat, don't forget to subscribe. We've got men's semis tomorrow, and we've got the final on Saturday for the ladies. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out. Because you might leave and then go, oh, what was that? What was I watching? So make sure you subscribe so that way you can come back and you know when we go live. As we go back in now from Shnaider into the back of Chwalinska. Shnaider forehand in the net, 15-0. 3 points away. Shnaider just smacks her shoe. All right. Chwalinska to serve. This is my driving. Thank you for Poland. No worries, Magdalena, stay safe. As with a backhand from Chwalinska to the forehand Shnaider. Shnaider now with the forehand up the line. Chwalinska gets it back with the backhand. Shnaider, drop shot. Chwalinska's going to get there with the backhand up the line for a win-up. 30-15. Schneider's not moving anywhere. 30-15. 2 points away from the fairy tale run to the final. She's dropped one set as well, which is crazy. She's only dropped a set. Incredible. Only dropped a set. 30-15. And that was to Sakari, who is pretty good at tennis. Serve to the forehand of Shnaider. Backhand now from Chwalinska. Into the forehand Shnaider. Chwalinska backhand on the stretch. Shnaider inside in forehand. That's a good shot, but Chwalinska gets it back. Shnaider backhand. Chwalinska with a slice. Shnaider. Forehand inside in again. Chwalinska gets it back. Shnaider backhand cross court. Goes long. And we've got 2 match points for Maja Chwalinska to make the final of Roland Garros as a qualifier. This has been, what do we call it yesterday? The Fresh Open at Roland Chaos. It has been truly Roland Chaos. And it might continue because I tell you, I'm giving Chwalinska a chance to win the whole thing because Andreeva can implode. And this style of tennis is frustrating to play against. 40-15. Serve down the tee. Shnaider gets it back. Chwalinska with a backhand slice. It's Shnaider. Forehand inside out. Chwalinska gets a backhand short. Shnaider with a forehand cross court. Chwalinska passing shot. That's a winner. She's in the final. She falls down and she wins. She is in tears. She hasn't been showing any emotion. And she is into a Grand Slam final. Shnaider is out. Semifinals is good for her. But we've got our final. Chwalinska will take on Mirra Andreeva in the final. And I'll tell you, I said, chat, that is going to be a really rough final for Andreeva if she doesn't keep her cool. Because we saw how annoying Chwalinska's game can be against somebody like Shnaider. Andreeva's got to keep it together. It's going to be a mental challenge. Chwalinska's got a game that can really annoy everybody and has been annoying everybody. She's been slicing and dicing her way into the final. Wow, what a run. No Swiatek, no problem. Yazda's in the chat. There we go. What a win. Demario.
Number 21 in the world. See you on Saturday.
Wimbledon, you got to give her a wild card. Come on now. Plus, she also plays a game that could be really fun on grass, so you got to give this lady a wild card. Thank you, Demario, for the donation. If you are leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. We have the final on Saturday. Women's final on Saturday, probably around this same time. So make sure you join us for that. But man, what a run. 1 set drop to the final, playing through the qualies. 9 matches? 1 set drop. She's into the final. Andreeva's on the other side. I'm nervous for Andreeva. It's a massive chance for her to win, but this is not a good player to play if you're trying to win a slam. You don't want to play somebody that's got these kind of shots. This is not going to be fun. Andreeva, better not be windy either. Andreeva might get double, if it's windy on Saturday, it might be double frustrating. What's my prediction? I don't know. I got to think. I don't know if I go the total upset or not. I don't know. Do I go to the dream? Do I pick the dream? Do I pick the fairy tale run? I don't know. Another fairy tale run like Raducanu. If she wins the title, it will be, yeah. I think Andreeva will handle it well. I'll tell you, Andreeva did handle today well. So she's got to do that, 100% do that. Because, yeah, this is not going to be You're already dealing with the pressures of playing in your first Grand Slam final if you're Mirra Andreeva. But you're also playing somebody who has nothing to lose. You're the favorite. You're supposed to win. And she plays a style of tennis that's very different. So it's going to be really tricky for Andreeva to... She's got to keep her cool. She can't implode. All right. Power versus goal. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now, hopefully, Chwalinska gets a couple of days off so she can rest and recover because if she's feeling sick, she needs to be at top shape to try and win this whole thing. But, man. Question, has the cutoff for Wimbledon passed? Yes, it has. So, the entry list for Wimbledon came out 2 weeks ago. And she was 100 in the world and she missed the cutoff. So, yeah, Wimbledon's they've got to give her she's the finalist of a Grand Slam. How can you make her play qualies? There's no way they're putting her, they will though. That's the sad part is that if she doesn't win the whole thing, they'll put her in the qualies. That's the sad part. Yeah, Alex, don't worry. They're gone. We got rid of those people. What's Andreeva's stat against lefties? Great question. And another reason why Andreeva would have definitely rather played Shnaider is because, yeah, okay, if she had lost to Shnaider, it would have hurt, right? Because, she wants to win. But losing to a good friend, she probably would be like, oh, okay, not as mad. If she loses to Chwalinska, it's going to be so much harder to bounce back because, again, so much is on her shoulders. And she just beat Kostruk, who is unbeatable on clay, right? Andreeva, 19 wins, 4 losses against lefties. Townsend beat her at the US Open last year in straight sets. Fernandez, Selik Mikteva, and a player back in 2022, Kadar, who I'm unfamiliar with. But she's beaten Shnaider, she's beaten Fernandez, she's beaten Vondrousova. I think Chwalinska is probably most like Vondi. Like, she definitely has a lot of the Vondi style. She slices and dices. She has the unorthodox shots, which are really frustrating. And that's how Vondi won Wimbledon. She just chopped people up, right? Didn't play fancy. And that's what she has. She has that Vondi. By the way, Vondrousova made a French Open final in 2019 as well. So, that's why I'm thinking Wimbledon have to give Chwalinska a chance to play on grass because if Vondrousova can win Wimbledon and make a final of the French, Chwalinska could definitely do well on grass, right? That style is going to do well on grass. Or has done well on grass. Plus, Jabeur has done well on grass, which, again, she has a bit of that style. Barty has a great slice game, which she's won Wimbledon, right? So, it's a great... to get her in your tournament, it will be a plus. You got to get her in the draw. You have to. You can't make her play qualies. Come on. Hope Sasha wins. Well, that's tomorrow. Men's finals tomorrow. Men's semifinals tomorrow. First one is Menchik versus Sasha, so we're going to start with a bang. Why do you say your game is annoying, Cam? Please explain. So when you're playing somebody that doesn't give you rhythm, we saw with Kalinskaya. When you're playing, you want to get into a rhythm, right? You want to hit your backhand and feel that's going well. You want to hit your forehands and serves. But when you're playing someone that doesn't give you the same shot, like that, she'll slice it, she'll come to the net, she'll drop shot. When you don't playing someone that breaks your rhythm as much as Chwalinska does, that's annoying. It's going to frustrate you because you're not going to be able to, to just warm up your backhands or, play the same. You're going to have to constantly be changing your style to try and fit. So that's why Kalinskaya wasn't able to do much yesterday, and the wind, and that's why Shnaider today looked frustrated. I mean, when you got somebody that just doesn't give you the same shot twice in a rally, it's very hard to get into a groove. And Andreeva, who has gotten frustrated with, it's no surprise, it's no secret that Andreeva does get angry or has been angry in matches like before. This is a player that would make you so annoyed. And the thing, another annoying part is that she doesn't have a big game, Chwalinska, right? It's not a big game. You can accept getting beaten by Sabalenka or Osaka or someone who hits it big. But when someone's just slicing it and you're making errors, that's so annoying because you're like, they're not even beating me. I'm beating myself, right? But that's how Vondi won Wimbledon. She chopped Jabeur up in that final, and it was an ugly final, but it was perfect for Vondrousova. She's like, I'm going to drag you down. Your level's going to get worse because I'm not going to give you what you want, right? And I'm not going to give you the power shots. Andreeva might have to deal with that same problem. It's going to be a very interesting final. I don't think Andreeva's going to have an easy match. Unless Chwalinska's really sick or she's super nervous, which is fair. It's a final of the Slam. Of course she's going to be nervous. But Andreeva has to be careful. I actually don't feel bad for picking Zheng to win matches. Hey, me too, Sam. Because the player that beat Zheng is now in the final. So Zheng would have made the final. Actually beaten Chwalinska in the final. Yeah, I picked Zheng in the semi, so we all feel better about ourselves now. She lost to probably the champ, maybe the champion. We just didn't know it. Andreeva hasn't had a meltdown for months, exactly. But this is the biggest test. Not only because of the final. The opponent is going to be just as hard to play. Chwalinska is going to make Andreeva think and test her patience big time. Mirra has a serve that Maja has not seen the whole tournament. Well, she played Zheng, so that's not true. But that was the first round, so maybe not. But Chwalinska did play Mertens, who has a decent serve too. So, I mean, she has played players with serves. But I tell you, it's going to be interesting. Like, I would not be shocked if Andreeva struggled early to deal with, to figure out how to play this style, this person. It's going to be, I don't think it's going to be easy. Was really something. Oh yeah. So good. So exciting. See, that's what happens when we get like this crazy chaos of a tournament. We have some great stories that come through, right? From number 1 and 2 in the final to number 8 to 100 versus 114 this year. Yep. The scenes if Mirra actually loses. I don't think people are going to be as critical on Mirra if she loses. I think Chwalinska will get more credit for the win than Mirra for the loss. Obviously, it's a big opportunity to loss if Mirra loses, but again, 2 days and we'll find out. I'm not sure she can beat Mirra. No, we'll see. Oh, pardon me. See you tomorrow. Yep, we're back again. Do it all again tomorrow. I can imagine Mirra's tantrum when she loses. Look, she has to win. Right? It's her. This is hers. This is her title. Chen is playing doubles right now. Nice. The final is like this time, around this time. Might be at like 3 p.m. maybe. I hope Chwalinska. I get it right for a bit and then I just lose it. Mirra is young, she may be the nervous one. She will be nervous because she's the favorite. Like that's not. She would have been the favorite either way, but she's the heavy favorite. It is hard to look past Mirra winning, but I'm so rooting for Chwalinska. Yeah. Venus just said Maja will win. All right. Cam, when you made your predictions before the tournament, you didn't even check who Zheng was playing. What, in the first round? Yeah, because she was playing a qualifier when I made that decision. Well, you coming at me because I didn't pick Chwalinska to make the final? Oh, what? That's crazy. Yeah, how stupid of me. I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. How? Of course, the qualifier was going to make the final. Oh, I should have known. A Polish player is in the final and it's not Swiatek. Well, that's it. Poland celebrate anyway. All right. Oh, Dutch, do you have the schedule for tomorrow? For Birmingham or not yet? I mean, Cam, how could you have known? Exactly. Respect, Cam. Must be late time there. It's 3:30 in the morning. Here's a fun fact. Chwalinska was an ice girl for the Poland team in United Cup last year. She helped Swiatek relax in the final against Coco. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Was she on the team this year, though? She was in the winning team this year, though, right? I'm pretty sure she was. She played doubles. If Chwalinska wins, she's 21 in the world. Oh, no, she's 15. What was it? 14, something like that. 15? She's in the top 20. Yeah, if she wins, she gets to number 14. She'll be higher ranked than Osaka. What? She'll overtake Osaka. That's insane. Sabalenka said she will be back and she's not quitting. It was just a joke, I guess, Cam. Yeah, of course she wasn't quitting. What do you mean? Why would she quit? The winner of Roland Garros is the Italians men's team. I'll tell you. It is purely chaos. Roland Garros is correct. Imagine Menchik beats Zverev. Then we got the most chaos. Yeah, Sabalenka was just getting interviewed, asked questions after the. She was just getting asked questions straight after a terrible loss. Of course, she was going to say she wants to quit tennis. That's a reasonable response after a terrible loss, a devastating loss, right? But of course, she didn't mean it. Anybody who thought that was serious, you need to watch more press conferences because disappointment after matches is normal. Losing like that sucks. And, of course, she was never going to quit. That didn't need to be said. Are you surprised that Andreeva beat Kostruk so easily? I am, yeah. I am. I am surprised. I thought Kostruk would be a bit more of a problem. Niv!
What a treat to watch Maja play. Let's go, Maja.
Yeah, she's great to watch. She's just got such a different style. I love it. I kind of wish she played Sabalenka today, though. I really think that would have been fun, contrast in styles. Sabalenka, and that would have been a really interesting... Because Shnaider doesn't have the power of Sabalenka. It would have been really fun to see her play Sabalenka. But we get to see her play Andreeva, so that's still good enough. Hey, Abby, thank you for 23 months. Thanks for sticking around. Zverev won't lose. Okay, if you say so. Whew. Amaya has a strong body and cardio. I think it's the biggest change. Yeah. Amaya and Iga friends? Yeah. Sabalenka didn't lose second round. No, I know. Am I as impressive as Maya is? No, I don't think she... Look, I don't want her to play Sabalenka. I didn't say she'd beat Sabalenka. I just wanted to see her play her. It would have been really fun to just watch them see that the biggest hitter in the game versus one of the craftiest, you know? Like a Jabeur Sabalenka match. Really fun. Just such a contrast. Who's the hero of the day? Maya. Easily. Like, she's the hero of the day for sure.
To win with number one and lose to qualifier.
Yeah, I mean, look, to give Shnaider... Let's give Shnaider a break and not start bashing her. First semi-final for Slam. Beats the world number one from way back, right? She was way behind in that match. Somehow turned that around. Amazing win. That shouldn't be taken away from her. And just lost to a very crafty, tough style. And the going from Sabalenka, the biggest hit in the game, to then one of the most crafty players in the tournament is such a we shouldn't underestimate how tough that is to go from like playing one style against this one big hitter and then playing a totally different game against a totally different style that's on the opposite side. Sabalenka being a warm-up for this match is not true. I don't think anyone would say that. So Shnaider going from 24 hours ago playing Sabalenka, plus also beating the world number one 24 hours ago and then having to come back mentally to, play this when she was the favorite. Like, it sucks for Shnaider that she didn't get a day to kind of at least celebrate the Sabalenka win, and then she had to come straight into this. So a little bit tough for her to go back to back. And plus, yesterday she might have been, she had a back problem or a hip problem at the end there. So maybe there, an extra day off would have been nice for her. But that's just the way the draw goes. Really would have hated to see Mirra Diana final. Really? Okay. I think it would have been all right. Polish power, that's it. Swiatek Pegula first round loss was shock. Oh, there was a lot of shocks. A lot of shocks. Definitely more interesting final. It's a very interesting final. What was the most shocking loss in the tournament so far for you? Sabalenka. The way, Sinner lost, but also we could see that the way he lost could have we could tell that we knew coming in, don't be surprised if the heat and, I know the heat didn't get to Sinner. He said that it wasn't the heat, he was sick, but the Sinner loss doesn't feel as weird as the Sabalenka loss when there was nothing wrong with Sabalenka. There's no reason she lost that match except she just collapsed. It was just, that's it. So the Sabalenka loss was probably the most shocking. Sinner loss obviously is up there on the men's side, but yeah, the way Sabalenka lost was just like, how did that happen? Very, very strange. Do you think Andreeva will be nervous? Oh, yeah. She'll be really nervous. She'll be super nervous. What are the odds for the final? Have a look. Surely Andreeva's the favorite, right? Like the big favorite? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Heavy favorite. But just because you're the favorite doesn't mean you'll win. We've seen that so many times this week. The underdogs have been thriving. All right, chat. I'm out of here because I got to make some videos. But I'll be back tomorrow. And hopefully you will be too. To watch Men's semi-final day. It's going to be a big, big day tomorrow. We've got Zverev versus Menchik. That's the first match. And then we get the second match between the Italians. And we're going to find out who's going to play in Roland Garros final for the men, which will be on Sunday. 4 matches left. That's it. And then Roland Garros 26 is done. We go straight to Wimbledon, or the grass, and then Wimbledon. But great win. And the fairy tale continues. Chwalinska takes the win in straight sets, 2 hours. The straight set, 7-6, 6-4. She is into the final of the Grand Slam. She'll take on Mirra Andreeva. I'll see you tomorrow.